Money on my mind, got my money in my mind, right? Money on my mind, got no time for that limelight. I'm from California, man, I guess we'll start with that. Banged out starter caps, glued to the cul-de-sac, looking like an artifact, trying to get their money back. Yellow jackets coming, mama about to have a heart attack. Southeast San Diego, we was at the heart of that. You moved about the hood, my nigga, you ain't want no part of that. Move to work and let the money drip the laundry mat. I pray to God the homie get his little daughter back. So many problems and it's not even a part of rap. So many suckers and they hating and they copycat. And life is bigger than these bitches that you hollered at. And if you bleed a dollar, better get $3 back. And all I'm giving is the facts. Pay attention to the stats and never making mention of the jacks. Gotta keep the money stacked, work your way through the traps. Money motivated to the max. Money on my mind, got my money in my mind, right? Money on my mind, got my money in my mind, right? Money on my mind, got my money in my mind, right? Money on my
real quick. Let me get to the motherfucker. Get this damn logo off this shit, man. This damn logo out of here, man. What's up with y'all, man? Shout out to you motherfuckers, man, for rocking with your boy, man. Welcome to the remix with Cali Dre. I'm just sitting in this motherfucker chilling. You know what I mean? As I always does. Yeah, I'm talking about. And but yeah, man, we got a lot of shit to break down, a lot of shit to talk about tonight because yeah, man, the Karmelo Anthony fallout just keeps continuing, man. We definitely gonna touch down with that. What else did I want to look at tonight, man? There's a couple other stories, man. Diddy got some more lawsuits coming out. We definitely gonna tap in with that. What else are we gonna talk about tonight, man? We might get into a little Floyd Mayweather shit all over the fucking place. We might tap in to see what the fuck Floyd got going on in this motherfucker, man. We're gonna spin a little dark a little bit. There's some shit going on with the OTF niggas. So we definitely gonna, you know what I mean, jump in there. And then, you know what I mean, the main thing is the main thing, man. Black Sam did an interview, and I want to tap in with Black Sam, man, because if y'all didn't know it or not, Nipsey Hussle got a couple new tracks with Bino Redope that just hit the streets, man. So we may tap in with one of those before the night is over, man. I don't want to play all three of them because they've been copywriting the shit out of me, bro. I'm trying to bring y'all good shit. And they copyright my black ass, man. So hit that like button. Subscribe to this motherfucking channel, man. Hit the hype button. Hit the follow button. Nigga, hit the cash app, the chime. It's a lot of shit for y'all to do. Y'all sitting there watching me. Y'all need to get to work. This motherfucker, man. But, yeah. How y'all living, man? I've been this motherfucker, man. Hey, this Karmelo shit had me fucked up, bro. I was gonna go live the last 3 nights in a row. The first reason is this nigga Skull went live till like 12 o'clock at midnight, nigga. So I wasn't even no point for me to fucking do it. And then, you know what I mean? I was just kind of fucked up about this Mello shit, to be honest with you, bro. I can't believe the young boy got did like that. But we gonna jump into some of that too, man. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy, man. Get rolled up. Get pulled up, you know what I'm saying? Get them badass kids out the room, man. Let's dive into some real shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to it. Cause that's the only motherfucking way I know how to do it. You feel me? What do I want to? Where we gonna go with this shit, man? Let's let's look at this shit right here. Let's look at this shit right here, man. Cause it's a lot of shit going on, man. I'm not gonna get too political, but I do got a couple political updates though. But we ain't gonna get political at all tonight. I got too much other shit to talk about, man. I might do some politics shit tomorrow, man. If y'all looking for the politics breakdown, we'll probably do that shit tomorrow, man. You know what I'm saying? Because tonight is too much shit out here in the streets, bro. Hey, just as a side note, it's a lot of listen. If y'all looking for some good music, a lot of motherfuckers been dropping the last week or two, man. It's been a lot of all kind ludicrous. They done dug Ludacris ass and he got some shit dropping. Him and Glorilla got some shit. Motherfucking who else was I looking at out here, bro? Burner Boy done dropped some shit. T.I. and motherfucking Rick Ross done dropped some shit. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, it's tracks, it's albums out there, man. There's cuts out there right now, man. Shit, he had the summertime heating up, man, the music heating up, man. So, yeah, if y'all looking for some shit to jam to, man, hit y'all YouTube or where the fuck y'all get y'all music, man, and find some of this new shit that's dropping, man. Like I said, Bino Rideau and Nip, we gonna cover some of that tonight. Because I thought this was pretty dope. But first and foremost, man, you know what we gotta do, man. We gotta get dead on Trump bitch ass. You know what I'm saying? Epstein file says Trump knew and funded underage sex parties at his golf resort. Yeah, let that sink in for a minute. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me change this motherfucking background too, man. I got a couple different shit, little background joints I'm trying right now, man. Little logos I'm playing with, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let me get back to them Black Mountains, man. I like something about them Black Mountains, man. You know what I'm saying? But Epstein file says Trump knew and funded underage sex parties at his golf resort. So this is what the Miami New Times is reporting. Right. So yeah, we gonna dive into that at some point. Please believe the motherfucking Epstein files ain't going nowhere, man. So we definitely gonna spin and double back into that. I don't know if y'all seen the interview. I thought this was funny as fuck. I don't know if y'all seen the interview, but Donald Trump did an interview this week, man, and he actually stormed out on the reporter because she was pressing his ass, and he can't handle tough questions because he's a baby. And so Jimmy Kimmel mocks Trump storming out of the interview with a presidential diaper image. I thought this was just like so fitting, the perfect fucking caption of what's going on in this motherfucking country. You feel what I'm talking about? So I thought that was pretty dope, man. I thought that was pretty dope. This right here is not dope. You know what I'm saying? This right here is not dope. Man, I got so many thoughts on this Carmelo Anthony situation, man. But I'm gonna try to sum it up to this, and actually we're gonna break down some of this Carmelo as well, man, because I'm gonna go through this appeal situation, and we're gonna talk about that a little bit here in a bit. But I just want to say this about Carmelo, man. You know, I just been laying low the last couple of days, just sitting back watching everything that's been coming out during the trial, after the trial, after the trial, and I really want to say this, man. Carmelo Anthony most definitely got railroaded, first and foremost. Carmelo Anthony has been made to be the victim. I mean, the aggressor and the killer in this situation. But the reality of this whole shit is if Austin Metcalf keeps his hands to himself, if Austin Metcalf doesn't try to go Captain Save-A-Ho a motherfucking tent, he's still alive today. Nobody ever sees that knife that's in Melo's bag. So I look at this shit from a totally different perspective. And after hearing the judge's interview, after hearing the bullshit Metcalf interview, and after hearing Carmelo's parents' interviews, and the Dr. Matthews lady interview as well, that was pretty entertaining. But you know, after just sitting back and watching this, man, and watching this shit unfold, Carmelo Anthony, man, had the wrong representation all around. And I here's the thing. I don't want to say this, and people probably gonna get pissed off about me saying this, but Carmelo's parents should have fought harder. And they should have did a better job. The defense team should have fought harder and did a better job. That Dr. Matthews lady, she a week late. Had she had dropped all them gems she was dropping the other night, 2 weeks ago, you never know. So I just feel like, you know, again, it's hard. And here's the other thing, right? It's hard for me to even feel bad for Austin Metcalf right now at this point, to be honest with you, because the way his father, that racist race-filled tirade that he went on, you know, it highlights what was going on in the Metcalf's household, and it highlights the feelings towards black people that was going on in the Metcalf's household. And so that's why it's not shocking to me how the initial incident spun and played out. So again, man, I just call shit how I see it, bro. Like I'm not, you know, there's no part of me that wants this situation to happen, but it happened and it played out. And it kind of is what it is. In my opinion, Karmelo got railroaded. 35 years is way too much, bro. Way too much. So we're gonna talk a little bit more about this, but I just wanted to throw that out there, man. Some people may find that harsh, but I look at things in totality, man. And in totality, this young man here got a raw deal. So yeah, we're just gonna leave that right there, man. I thought this was pretty important, man. House votes to cut funding for WIC programs that feed pregnant women and children. So yeah, if you know anybody that got them WIC services, that need them WIC services, them shit's probably coming up short here pretty soon as well, man. You know what I'm saying? What else we looking at here, bro? Oh, let's tap in with a little bit of this right here because I seen this post and I thought this was pretty wild, man. So this is the Karmelo Anthony and Kyle Rittenhouse breakdown. You know what I'm saying? Side by side breakdown. You feel me? Rittenhouse was in the town he wasn't a resident of, protesting. Karmelo Anthony was at a track meet where he was supposed to be. Kyle Rittenhouse was 17, carrying a gun federally outlawed until the age of 18. Karmelo Anthony was carrying a knife. Rittenhouse was attacked after warning attackers he would shoot. Anthony was attacked after warning attackers he would defend himself. Rittenhouse killed 2, injured 1. Karmelo Anthony ended up killing 2. Rittenhouse raised $586,940 from conservatives for legal defense. Conservatives want the legal defense fund of Karmelo Anthony shut down and garnished, and it actually was shut down. The Give and Go was shut down. So Rittenhouse acquitted of self-defense. Karmelo Anthony, 35 years in the Bing. Shout out to Flip Mode Action. What's up with you, man? Salute to you, man. I appreciate you for tapping in with your boy, man. We gonna talk a little bit about this Karmelo situation tonight, but I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? I'm gonna try to take a more direct angle and focus on, what's coming next for this young man. But I just wanted to point this little illustration out because, yeah, this is what it looked like. You feel me? This is what it looked like. You know what I'm saying? What else did I want to talk about in this motherfucker, man? Where else we about to go with this shit? Yeah, I'm gonna spin through some of this thread shit because I got a bunch of stories that I want to cover, man. New Epstein files show that Trump visited Epstein's island 345 times with Jeffrey Epstein. This is Breaking Point 360 dropping this news, man. Shout out to Flip Mode Action, man. You know we need this disclaimers like a motherfucker. You feel me? Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the motherfucking channel, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So yeah, we're gonna dive more into all this shit as the days unfold. But yeah, let's look at this side by side. 2 different standards of justice. Kason Allison, 18 years old, stabbed classmate guilty of criminally negligent homicide and got 10 years. Karmelo Anthony stabbed another 10, guilty of murder, 35 years. Damn show look like two different systems of justice to me. You did? Hit that Twitch too, man. Get the Twitch numbers up, man. To all my Twitch viewers, man, what's up to y'all, man? All my Kick viewers, what's up with y'all, man? I appreciate y'all rocking with your boy, man. But yeah, this shit, wow, man. There's no planet where this Karmelo Anthony verdict makes sense. And there's a lot of comparisons to be made to where, like this one, you know what I mean? Stabbing of a classmate, 10 years for Kason Allison. Melo get 35. So on no planet does this shit make sense, except in Planet Texas, nigga, in Collin County. So there's that. Social Security Retirement Trust Fund will run dry by 2032 unless Congress acts. So if your grandmama, your great grandmama, your auntie, if your old ass about to be on Social Security, that shit finna dry up, man. So we need to do something about this shit. That's why I'm covering it. This is important. What else, man? What else do we want to talk about in this shit? Oh, okay. Let's do another comparison here. 2023, Alec Adamson, Prosper, Texas, shoots and kills a black student, leads police on a car chase, a foot pursuit, sentenced to 4 years and served 2. Hey, man, you got to be fucking joking me, bruh. 2023, Alec Adamson, Prosper, Texas, shoots and kills a black student, leads police on a car chase, plus a foot pursuit, sentenced to 4 years, served 2. And we all know what happened to Melo. 35 years, the world's fastest fucking trial, a one-day defense, and a bunch of grifting, goofy motherfuckers that didn't see the railroad coming. That was around him. So again, on no planet does this Karmelo Anthony verdict or sentencing make any motherfucking sense at all. Yeah, let's get back to this Trump shit. Seriously, folks, whatever happened to the Doge checks, the tariff checks, the Greenland hospital boat, 10% APR on credit cards, my meds being 1,500% cheaper, $2 gas, the Epstein files, reopening the goddamn straight or hard moves that's already was open, cheaper groceries, ending wars in 2024 in the privately funded fucking ballroom, bruh. Any updates? I thought this was the perfect fucking post to encapsulate the fuckery that's going on in America right now. Callie Dre, I could imagine your face when you come back in the live the other night and heard the father's comments. Oh, flip mode action. Oh. Let's talk about that, man, because I don't really like giving that kind of shit light. That's why, I could have easily, went on a 2-hour rant about that shit, played the video and all that. But honest to God, I don't even like giving that kind of shit life. You feel me? But here's what I will say about that. Bro's a racist. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Bro's a racist, whether he in the closet or he out the closet with it. I'm sure that was going that type of rhetoric and thinking and was passed on to his kids, and that's why they made the move that they made, and that's why Austin ended up losing his life, because him and his brother tried to bully a young black kid. And again, at the end of the day, yeah, Austin lost his life, but had Austin not made the decision he made, he would still be here with us today. So at the end of the day, those comments reflect the actions that were taken on that field that day, and those comments reflect, I'm sure, the teachings that were going on in that household. It's not funny, but I just pictured your face because you did not know it was happening. Yeah. Oh yeah. Nah. Yeah. You know what? Honest to God, I dipped out on some of that shit because I didn't. I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm not on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not on that shit, man. He had plenty of opportunity to speak all that rhetoric he was speaking when he was up close and personal with the Metcalfs at that event he pulled up to unannounced. He could have said that bullshit to all the motherfuckers that was in that room, and it would have been handled accordingly. So, anytime a motherfucker wanna choose to talk shit in the comfort of his own space when ain't nobody around, he want to start name dropping a bunch of niggas, talk a bunch of shit. You sucker ass motherfucker, bro. And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Jeff Metcalf has had plenty of opportunity to press that line on many occasions. And it's weird because, like, I want to give the guy the benefit of the doubt, because sometimes he'll say, like, oh, I don't support the Jake Langs, and I don't want none of this racist shit around my son's name. And so, like, on those things, he really has taken a stand on those things. And so I want to make sure I give him credit for that. But all that other bullshit he talking about, bruh, is some racist garbage bullshit. And I don't like flip-flop talk. That's why I don't fuck with Charleston White. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't fuck with a lot of these clowns, bro, because I don't like niggas that flip-flop. You feel me? Like, if I want some flip-flops, nigga, I go to Payless. Or I go fishing. So, at the end of the day, Jeff Metcalf's a racist. I think that teaching was implemented to his family, and the actions of his sons showed on that day. And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is, bro. Yeah. More Trump corruption. What else? You know what? I saw this, and I definitely wanted to speak on this, man. So, fascism for dummies. For all The confused, misinformed, brainwashed, fascism loving Trump supporters, fascists and fascism is what Adolf Hitler represented. Antifa is anti-fascist. So all of you goofy ass MAGA Trump Republicans trying to spin Antifa into some what do they call it? Domestic terrorist organization. Antifa, first and foremost, doesn't have any ground game. They're strictly online. Second, they're anti-fascists. That's what Antifa stands for. Anti-fascism. So, more clarity in this storm of bullshit. You know what, man? And while I'm on this topic, I told motherfuckers, bro, I'm gonna retire from the stage, bro, because you motherfuckers don't listen anyway. I'm gonna fall back. I'm gonna hit the chats and all that shit, but I'm gonna fall back from this stage shit, man, because you motherfuckers don't listen no way. I'm wasting my talents and I'm wasting my motherfucking God's gift on a bunch of goofy motherfuckers that don't listen anyway. You know what I'm saying? I done got into it with many motherfuckers in the chat about shit that I said 3-4 days ago that came true. Niggas arguing me down. And I'm telling y'all, like, nah, this is what it is, bro. And so I learned something in this whole shit, bro. I learned something this week that I'm retiring. I'm gonna retire. Motherfuckers want to hear what I gotta say. They can come holler at me over here. You feel me? But I'm gonna fall back from that stage shit, man, because it's a waste. Motherfuckers don't listen. They so eager to try to score a point against me that they yelling and screaming. I can't even really get my full point off, and then people can't understand what's going on. And that's opposite of what my purpose is and what I'm trying to do with this shit. And so, yeah, I'm gonna retire from the stage, bro. I'm retiring from this shit, bro. If niggas want to come holler at me, they come holler at me over this motherfucker here, bro. But I'm wasting my talents on these goofy motherfuckers that don't listen. And I'm sick of it. God damn it. You feel me? I don't even know why I went on that rant, but it is what it is, nigga. That's where I'm at with this whole shit, man. That's where I'm at with this whole shit, man. Oh, yeah, let's just put that on the screen real quick, just for the fuck of it. You know what I'm saying? Just throw that on the screen, just so I can clip this for about a good couple of minutes and shoot this clip out there. You know what I mean? Um, Karmelo Anthony got a raw deal, man. He got a raw deal. It didn't seem like his parents were fighting hard enough to me. It didn't seem like they were, they just got some bad representation, honest to God. And everybody knew it from the jump. And I don't know why they continued to use that dude after his background came up. You know what I mean? Came up crazy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't think I don't think that they fought hard enough. And if you listen to what that his father's interview, he said it as much. And so if that's my son's life on the line, I listen. And here's the thing. I want to say this too, right? About this whole white attorney thing, right? In Collin County, that's 55% MAGA Republican. I can understand the strategy of trying to get a white lawyer for that county. Like that's not a, you know what I mean? That's a strategy that I understand, believe it or not. But it's not about the skin color of the lawyer, in my opinion, believe it or not. It's you don't got to get a white lawyer, you got to get the right lawyer. White or black, you got to get the right lawyer. And Karmelo Anthony needed a fighter. He needed a pit bull. He needed somebody that was going to challenge everything, stand on everything, and take no shit. He objecting to everything that even smell suspicious. But no, he didn't get that. That's what a defense looks like. Right? You need a motherfucker that was going to drag this shit 2 or 3 weeks, bringing in character witness after character witness after character witness, just so people know what's going on, bro. Now some motherfucker that's going to call 6 witnesses. One of his witnesses got spooked by the defenses and kind of slipped up a little bit. And so, yeah, it just was, it's a damn shame for this young man that nobody around him stepped up. Nobody around him stepped up and defended him properly. You know, but we're gonna get more into that, I'm sure. Where else I want to go with this shit, man? Oh shit. Yeah, let's take a look at this. This say Offset allegedly facing 20 years in Dubai prison after fighting the taxi driver. This nigga Offset going ham on the taxi driver, nigga. No, this is some AI bullshit, or is this really Offset? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Is this some AI bullshit? I mean, I do see this nigga Offset over here on the left, though. Look like Adrian Broner. Is that Adrian Broner right there? This nigga hanging up. I don't know what the fuck. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is going on, bro. This shit out of control. It looked like Offset talking to somebody. How the fuck he get in trouble for this? I didn't see him throw one punch or push no motherfucking body, bro. So yeah, that might be some bullshit charges right there. That might be some bogus charges. They just trying to put Offset name in some shit. It looked like on this shit, bro. Inflation surges 4.2%, highest level in 3 years. Yeah, we're gonna spend some time talking about that, but not today. You know what I'm saying? Chicago police investigate after a burning cross was spotted at Grant Park.
It's new at 10. Chicago police are investigating a burning cross spotted in Grant Park. A mother and daughter driving by captured this video earlier this afternoon. They tell us tonight they could not believe their eyes.
Seeing that in 2026 in Chicago was just, we were really taken aback.
The burning cross is widely considered to be a symbol of racist hatred. Police say they are investigating the circumstances surrounding this incident.
Yeah, that would be wise. That would definitely be wise. You know, you fucking around out there in Iraq, man. You gun your racist ass down in this motherfucker, man. That's what they doing out there, man. They gunning shit down. So, you know, drop them burning crosses at your own motherfucking wrist, man. But we finna get into some videos, man. It's the remix with Kelly Drake, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with your boy. You feel me? But we finna get into some videos, man. I got a whole bunch of other shit that I want to talk about tonight, man. So get strapped in, man. Where I want to go with this shit first? Where do I want to go with this shit first, man? Here, let's do this. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the motherfucking channel. Let's do that first and foremost, man. You know what I'm saying? But I want to look at this right here, man. Let me add this to the stage. So yeah, let's go through some videos, man, because I got a bunch of shit I want to cut that I want to discuss tonight. Where are we gonna start with this shit? Let's start right here. Let's start right the fuck here. It's
never been easier to start a podcast than with Riverside.
Yeah, no shit. I'm in the middle of mine, man. Give me my show back. Hit the like button, man. Subscribe to the motherfucking channel.
Custody accused of crashing his car into a donut shop and then into patrol cars. Police say it's all because he was mad the donut shop was closed.
We can call him hangry. Eyewitness News reporter Leo Stallworth is live at the scene where the man is.
Yeah, this motherfucker mad the donut shop closed and smashed his car into the donut shop and then smashed his car into the police when they came to arrest his ass about smashing his car into the damn donut shop.
Ali is in custody, accused of crashing his car into a donut shop and then into patrol cars. Police say it's all because he was mad the donut shop was closed.
We can call him hangry. Eyewitness News reporter Leo Stallworth is live at the scene where the man is now facing felony charges, including attempted murder. Leo?
You know, Philip, just when I thought I had covered every story on the planet that could shock me, here we go again. And you're right, that suspect indeed facing a mountain of charges. The damage to the donut shop, as you can see, significant. The owner of the donut shop keeping the business open, and dozens of donut-eating customers have flocked in. The business owner telling us he did not know the suspect. Police saying the investigation determining the suspect had allegedly intentionally driven his vehicle into the donut shop after becoming upset that it was closed. Surveillance video from the donut shop captures the chaos unfolding around 3:30 this morning. The suspect is first seen walking toward the front entrance, picking up an object from a nearby table and violently slamming it onto the ground before walking away. Moments later, he returns appearing agitated, yanking repeatedly on the locked front door of the business.
Listen, this motherfucker desperately trying to get some apple fritters. He trying to get some motherfucking, the glazed donuts, the sprinkled joints. This motherfucker hungry. You know what I'm saying? He pissed off the donut shop ain't open, bro.
But it doesn't stop there. Video shows the man getting into an SUV parked outside, then suddenly flooring it, smashing straight into the front entrance of the donut shop. The driver then backs up, accelerates again, and repeatedly rams the business over and over, apparently trying to force the SUV completely inside.
Bang, 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 so many times.
Donut shop owner Hang Chow says he was in the back of the business when he heard the terrifying sound of the SUV crashing into his shop again and again.
Cooking, fry the donut inside that. Dry a truck and then they run to the well.
Simi Valley police say they received calls about a vehicle slamming into the donut shop just after 3:30 this morning in the 1700 block of Erringer Road. Officers arriving at the scene quickly spotting a gray Chevrolet Tahoe with major front-end damage driving away from the business. Police say the driver refused to stop, leading officers on a short pursuit. Investigators say the suspect rammed a patrol vehicle before crashing into a wall at a nearby home. Officers then arrested the driver, identified as Frank Blessing. A person who asked not to be identified tells Eyewitness News Blessing is a professional MMA fighter. Though police have not confirmed that information.
Oh,
Child
shit.
During the violent destruction of
Oh, okay. So this motherfucker is a professional MMA fighter. Yo, okay.
Professional MMA fighter. Though police have not confirmed that information, Child says during the violent destruction of his business, he stayed hidden in the back, terrified for his safety.
I don't want to come out because we're scared.
Yeah, nah, I wouldn't come out either. It's crazy ass MMA motherfucker at the door, ramming his car through the front glass window. Nah, fuck that. Go get the burn. Go get the burn and get to work. That's what it's time for. Because this motherfucker's tripping, bro.
Now, when police say they attempted to arrest Blessing, he was combative, armed with a knife. They had to tase him to get him under compliance and arrest him. And again, as for the business, despite the significant damage, it remains open, and Blessing is facing a mountain of charges, including attempted murder, resisting arrest, and a host of other charges.
Yeah, that's what his goofy ass get. But this is how hard it is in America, bruh. A motherfucker ram his truck into the front of your establishment, and you can't even shut down for the day. You still got to stay open because this is Trump's economy, and it ain't worth shit. Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to this motherfucking channel, bro. Where I want to go with this shit next, man. We're going to look at a few videos, man. Then I'm going to start getting into some of these main stories. But I had a couple things that I want to run through before we get to that point, man. What is this? What is this? Okay, well, yeah, we'll talk about that a little later. Let's look at this, bro. Pizza Hut employee beat up over the wrong goddamn order, bro.
Cool and it's smaller than a toast.
Ends up being curb stomped, punched. Worker at a Metro Pizza Hut gets someone's order wrong. It ends up being curb stomped, punched, and called slurs.
It's hard to hear. The couple alleged to have done the attack still on the run tonight. Neighbors we spoke with say they were shocked.
Shout out, Jester. What's up with you, bro?
May 18th
Appreciate you
at
for
this
tapping
Pizza
in.
Hut off Southeast 44th and Sunny Lane. Court documents say a worker accidentally gives some of Jessica Ellis's food to the car in front of her, so she went inside. She's alleged to have yelled profanities and demanded, quote, fix the blank up. The worker tried refunding her. She wasn't having it, allegedly spitting in his face, saying that her man would be handling this.
What?
She left. The worker called police. And in walked Cortez Davis, allegedly forcing open the door, punching the worker in the face, curb stomping him 3 times, kicking him in the head. After he was done, Davis left. Police got Ellis on the phone after. They say she admitted to much of what happened, but documents say she was mainly focused on getting her refund, $22.49. Documents.
Okay, so this lady that had her man come up to Pizza Hut because they gave her order to somebody else. Now he mad over a $22.49 refund. You motherfuckers got to do better, bro. You motherfuckers got to do better. This is why the world is so fucked up right now. You gonna go punch a motherfucker over $22.49. Man, shit out of control, bro.
Ellis called 911 additional times about the refund, even asking an officer to bring the money to her.
Oh. And curb stomping him.
Oh, okay.
And it was because they gave her order to the person in front of them. What's your reaction to something like that?
Well, maybe she was hungry.
Neighbors shocked say there needs to be more patrols around their area.
Does this happen in the neighborhood often?
No, the first time I heard this.
What are your thoughts?
No excuse.
Have you ever gotten your order wrong before?
Yeah, but I didn't beat up some before.
Now, officials say the victim was taken to the
Yeah,
hospital.
let me know in the comments, man. How many of y'all that got your order wrong, man? I think everybody in America has gotten their fucking order wrong, bro. But you know, I don't want to cuss the motherfuckers out. I ain't gonna front. I don't want to raise a little hell in that motherfucker, but I ain't never threw no punches. You know what I mean? I ain't never just punched nobody out because they gave my order to the next motherfucker over that came in. That's some weird ass shit, bro. Man stabbed in Tarzana. So let's take a look at this story. Right?
A deadly stabbing shocks residents of a quiet neighborhood in Tarzana. A man is dead. Another man believed to be his stepson is in custody on suspicion of murder. Fox 11 Susan Hirstone joining us from Tarzana. Susan.
And you know, Christine, we've been in this neighborhood for some time. It's really hard to believe that earlier today there was police up and down the street. They blocked off both ends of this street because of their investigation. Take a look at this video. Security video from the house next door shows a man casually walk away from his home where he lives. He returns, and after some time, he's not alone. Police arrive. On the sidewalk, you'll note that there are bloody clothes believed to be from his stepfather, and that the young man had stabbed him. The two allegedly argued overnight. Then it was in the morning, the younger man, police say, stabbed him. Neighbor Jerry Merrill believes the suspect suffered from delusions. He doesn't know his name nor the names of the parents, but he's quite shaken by the stabbing death nonetheless. Take a listen.
Listen, man. Yo, you got to know your neighbors, man. Go over there. You know what I'm saying? Knock on the door. Say what's up. Because some of them motherfuckers might be crazy, bro. Some of the motherfuckers just might be crazy, bro. And speaking of that, I want to look at this other story real quick because some other shit happened out here in LA that I thought was off the fucking chains, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to this motherfucking channel, man. And let's get to it, man. Where is that story at? Where the fuck is it? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. More fuckery in Los Angeles County.
Every single day, I dreaded going in.
Whoa, lady. Whoa. Hold on. Wait. We don't give a fuck about your story. We're trying to get to this real story. We don't give a fuck about your story, lady. Man, get me to YouTube Premium around this motherfucker. Hit the chime. Hit the Cash App in this bitch, bro. Fuck all these commercials, man.
As you know it, here in Southern California, we get to see so many wild pursuits, and this one was right up there and extremely dangerous.
Don't do that. Don't do. Oh, he's got a gun. He's got a gun. He's got a gun.
A chaotic scene in Boyle Heights.
Oh, they're shooting.
Oh, shit. This nigga just letting it go. He letting that bitch go. Hold on. We got to spin that back. We got to spin. What the fuck is going on? This nigga jumped out with the banger and started letting that motherfucker go broad daylight, nigga.
Was right up there and extremely dangerous.
Don't do that. Don't do. Oh, he's got a gun. He's got a gun. He's got a gun.
A chaotic scene in Boyle Heights.
Oh, they're shooting. They're shooting. They're shooting. Oh. They're shooting.
You're watching the end of a pursuit and a suspect bent on getting away, waving a gun and shooting at LAPD officers.
The guy, he pulled out the gun and he shoot, and that's it. I don't know what happened.
He was speeding around the whole neighborhood. Then he ended up here. He crashed here. He went in for a gun and he took out his gun and he was shooting at them and they shot back.
The pursuit started in South LA. The initial call was for a man with a gun. The chase ended in the 2800 block of Garnett Street near the 101 freeway. One
Oh
officer was
shit!
shot at least
That nigga, whoa! Hey, he was trying to get the fuck up out of there, bro.
Pursuit
Look
started
at this
in
shit.
South LA. The initial call was for a man with a gun. The chase ended in the 2800 block of Garnett Street.
Bro tried
near
to
the
smash
101
up through the
freeway.
barrier though.
One officer
Hops
was
out
shot
with
at
the
least
banger
once
and
in the
gets
chest,
busy on
but
the
his
police.
bulletproof vest stopped the bullet.
Then he ended up here. He crashed here. He went in for a gun and he took out his gun and he was shooting at them and they shot back.
The pursuit started in South LA. The initial call was for a man with a gun. The chase ended in the 2800 block of Garnett Street near the 101 freeway. One officer was shot at least once in the chest, but his bulletproof vest stopped the bullet, preventing far more serious injuries.
We can't say enough for that. Yeah, that saved his life. The placement of the shot would indicate that in all likelihood, it could have been a very serious or fatal shot. So we're as thankful as we can be tonight.
And take a look at these photos that were posted.
Wow. So this is where the officer got shot. Damn. Oh yeah, that's his center man. That's right in. He got that shot off on the run. Hey, that motherfucker. Hey, listen. The way he got out in broad daylight and got busy with that thing, that wasn't his first rodeo. Look at this shot right here. That's center mass right there, baby. That's what they teach at the academy in this motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? He on the run with that thing. Shot a police officer, center mass. Luckily, he had his motherfucking vest on, bro. Damn. Streets of LA, man. Shit wild out here, bro.
On LAPD's Instagram account with a quote, with a caption that says, "These images from today's officer-involved shooting serve as a reminder of the very real dangers our officers face every single day. We are."
Oh, okay. So was he sitting in the vehicle? It looked like he might have been sitting in that vehicle. Hey, listen, he put three. Listen, he on the run though. Let's think about that. He was on the run, banging away. He got three of them off in the police vehicle right here, man. Wow. Yeah, that's wild, man. It's going down, man. Motherfuckers out of control out here, bro. Shit out of control, man.
Serve as a reminder of the very real dangers our officers face every single day. We are extremely fortunate that our officer is in stable condition tonight after being struck in the chest with a ballistic vest, stopping what could have been a far more serious, even deadly outcome. Now, as for the suspect, he was also struck by gunfire. He was transported to the hospital, and at this point, we don't know his condition. Marla, Matt? Excuse me, Christine.
It's okay, Gina. We have it here. So that was wild just to see the way that went down this afternoon. Now to see the update with that officer's vest and that vehicle. Boy, you really feel a sense of relief by the LAPD when they talk about how this officer survived.
Absolutely.
Here, I want to take a look at this other video real quick. Here, let me spin this back real quick. Hit that like button, subscribe to the motherfucking channel, man.
Providing an update right now on a pursuit crash and shootout with the suspect in Boyle Heights. Let's listen in.
Got out of the vehicle and ran. Responding officers were closing in on him at that point. Suspect got out. As he was running, he was firing on the officers. One officer was struck in the chest at least once. Thankfully, he had a ballistic vest on, which saved his life. The suspect continued to fire at officers. Multiple officers fired at him. A suspect was shot. LA Fire Department responded, treated the suspect at scene, and transported him to a local hospital where he's currently in critical condition in surgery. Our officer, thankfully, has been
Yeah,
evaluated
look,
at
he
the
hops out. He
but
hops
it
out
looks
the
at this
vehicle
point like
on foot
he's
and
going to be
reaching for the
be
banger
okay.
and gets
So we're very,
busy.
very thankful. Looking at the suspect's actions, he was firing that gun. Anybody in the community could have been taken out by his actions. So we're very
Wow, that's wow. Here, let me spin this back, bro. Okay, this is unbelievable right here. Streets of LA, Grand Theft Auto type shit. He on some GTA type shit.
LA Fire Department responded, treated the suspect at scene, and transported him to a local hospital where he's currently in critical condition in surgery. Our officer, thankfully, has been evaluated at the hospital, but it looks at this point like he's going to be okay. So we're very, very thankful. Looking at the suspect's actions, he was firing that gun. Anybody in the community could have been taken out by his actions. So we're very thankful that we ended up in the situation we did. Our officer put everything on the line to try and take this suspect into custody, supported by other officers from Newton and Hollenbeck Division. And we're very, very fortunate to have the end like this with the officer in the condition he's in. So thank you. Let me open it up. We did recover a gun at the scene right where the suspect went down. That's being processed. The scene is being processed by both Force Investigation Division and Robbery Homicide Division. Let me open it up. Any questions? Yeah, I can't tell you how many shots were fired. There's a lot of casings out there. I don't know how many at this point. It's very preliminary yet. Suspect, from what I saw in a video, he fired first. Yeah. Yeah, we'll determine that as we go through the investigation. A whole lot of interviews to be conducted of officers, of witnesses, of people in the environment. And as you can imagine, all the camera feeds that we'll have available from Ring doorbells and, businesses, freeway, and all the officers in-car video and body-worn camera.
Yeah, as y'all can see, man, this guy hopped out the truck and said he ain't going to jail today. Today is not my motherfucking day, bruh.
Suspect at scene and transported him to a local hospital where he's currently in critical condition in surgery. Our officer, thankfully, has been evaluated at the hospital, but it looks at this point like he's going to be okay. So we're very, very thankful. Looking at the suspect's actions, he was firing that gun. Anybody in the community could have been taken out by his actions. So we're very thankful that we ended up in the situation we did. Our officer.
Shout out to Letitia Davis in the building, man. Salute, man. I appreciate you for tapping in with your boy, man. Shit, I'm working with my earpods is in. Oh, most definitely. Stay tapped in because we're going to cover a whole lot of shit tonight, man. We just getting warmed up, man. We just getting started. Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel.
Put everything on the line to try and take this suspect in. The scene is being processed by both Force Investigation Division and Robbery Homicide Division. Let me open it up. Any questions? It's very preliminary yet. Suspect, from what I saw in a video, he fired first. Yeah. Yeah, we'll determine that as we go through the investigation. A whole lot of interviews to be conducted of officers, of witnesses, of people in the environment. And as you can imagine, all the camera feeds that we'll have available from Ring doorbells and, businesses, freeway, and all the officers in-car video and body-worn camera.
Yeah. So it looked like bro hopped out the vehicle and said, today is not my motherfucking day, bro. I'm not going to jail
He
today.
should have taken a turn to the left to be able to continue the pursuit. He went straight into the fence right next to the freeway here. And so he crashed is basically why he bailed. There were probably 3 to 4 cars responding then very shortly after he hit the fence. Yeah, repeatedly.
Repeatedly. Yeah, he crashed into that fence and got his ass out the car and started running. That's the long and short of it. This is where he crashed into the fence. This is when he hops out and does his Usain Bolt shit. Gun in hand.
Yeah, we'll determine.
Don't give a damn.
Through the investigation, a whole lot of interviews to be conducted of officers, of witnesses, of people in the environment, and as you can imagine, all the camera feeds that we'll have available from Ring doorbells and, businesses, freeway, and all the officers in-car video and body-worn camera.
Yeah, man, I thought that shit was wild, bro. I thought that shit was wild as fuck right there, man. You know what I mean? Listen, shit hard out here, man. It's bad actors and all every goddamn where, bro. Every goddamn where. Keep your head on a swivel, I guess is the whole purpose of this shit. Keep your head on a motherfucking swivel, man. But we gonna jump, man, because the rest of this I think is just interviews with the police guy, kind of going over this shit. Here, let's tap in with a little bit of this at the end, man. Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel.
Conference over to my right shoulder here and a gaggle of other reporters, and you'll notice the scene behind us as well extends a significant amount all the way toward at least a couple blocks, it feels like. We're also at a bit of an interchange here where the 10 freeway meets the 5, the 101 as well, so that's why you'll notice a lot of sound over us as well. It's a rather loud scene, and the chief just confirming a lot of the details that we were trying to confirm for you earlier. If we can, we want to show you some video from SkyCal just to kind of capture the chaos of this scene, because even from the ground it's been hard to get a vantage point just from our perspective, given the fact that the scene extends for so long and there's been a number of road blockages and closures as they continue canvassing and investigating the situation, and the chief just standing by over here as well. Now, what we do know is that according to LAPD, this pursuit started just before 2 o'clock in South LA, with officers responding to a possibly stolen vehicle. Now, the chief mentioned that they observed the suspect, and then that's what prompted said pursuit. And the images from SkyCal in our video shows the suspect at many points driving recklessly, at times driving on the wrong side of the road at incredibly high speeds. Then just after 2 o'clock, at around 2:05, that's when the driver crashed into a fence, according to the chief, near the intersection of Garnett and Marietta here in Boyle Heights, and tried to run away. Soon after that, we saw that the driver pulled out what looked like a gun, and the chief confirming that it in fact was a gun, and that's when officers opened fire and the man was hit. Now, on top of all of that, that's when an officer was also hit, and the chief acknowledged the fact that that officer was hit in the chest area, and thanks to a
Yeah, so that's the fence. That was a fence before his goofy ass crashed into it. There used to be a fence right there, but some asshole crashed into it. So, yeah, there's that.
was hit in the chest area, and thanks to a bulletproof vest, likely prevented any serious injury. Checked out at the scene, so was the suspect, and then both were taken to hospitals. Now, as far as the condition of the suspect, we still don't know that as of yet. The chief did mention that he was in surgery. We still don't know the identity of that person either. Now, as we take you back out live here to take a look at the scene as well, and you just notice the intense response and the vastness of the response, in fact, too, just kind of speaks to the situation right now. And worth repeating one more time that that suspect, we are told, or rather the officer, has non-life-threatening injuries. So there was a sense of calm, knowing that this could have ended up a whole lot worse, but that right now the investigation is going to continue. We'll stay on the scene, of course, throughout the evening.
Yeah, man, there's that. You know what I'm saying? Shit wild out here. Shit wild out here, man. You know what I mean? Shit wild out here. This the remix with Cali Dre, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with your boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna get move right along, man. We finna jump because I got a bunch of shit I want to cover and not a whole bunch of time to do it, man. So yeah, get that motherfucking weed rolled up, man. Get that Drake pulled up. Push them kids in the other room with the video games and shit. You know what I'm saying? Let them know it was grown folk business going on tonight, man. Because I want to go here next, man. I want to go here next. Let's talk some Karmelo Anthony for a minute, man. I want to talk some Karmelo Anthony for a minute. So it looks like Karmelo Anthony has filed for an appeal. I guess that's what's being reported. Let's take a look at this CBS interview right here, man, and get some updates on what's going on with the Melo situation, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to this motherfucking channel, man. It's the remix with Cali Dre. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with your boy, man. Let's get it.
4 hours after receiving his sentence, Karmelo Anthony is in state custody. He was sentenced to 35 years in prison yesterday for the murder of Austin Metcalf.
That deadly stabbing happened at a Frisco ISD track meet last April, and it drew national attention. Now our Andrea Lucia live for us outside the Collin County Jail with where things go from this point.
Yeah, absolutely. Karmelo Anthony began his sentence here last night in the jail just next door to the courthouse where I am standing right now. A sheriff's spokesperson told me he's not housed with the general population of inmates, but wouldn't provide any additional details, citing what they consider to be security concerns around this case. Karmelo Anthony's transfer to state custody was expedited, according to the sheriff's office. It began early this morning. By 1:15 this afternoon, he had been picked up from the jail here, and he is now presumably in the process of being booked into one of our state prisons. Today, we also saw a notice of an appeal filed here in Collin County. That is the start of the appeal process. Generally, just notifies the court and everyone involved of the intent to move forward with an appeal. The attorneys involved likely had an idea this was coming and may have been noting potential grounds for an appeal as the trial was going on. Today, we did speak to the prosecutor in this case, Bill Werski, and an appellate attorney who has been following along. We asked both of them about one issue we've heard people speculate that could be raised on appeal, which was the absence of a black juror in this trial. Here's what they told us.
I can tell you that we really appreciated the jurors that we had. We had
So this is the DA that prosecuted the case right here, man.
12 actual jurors, and we had 6 more alternates, and they represented a diverse cross-section of our Collin County community.
Generally, the absence of a juror of a certain race.
Okay, so he's going to break down the question that people are asking as far as can Karmelo Anthony appeal based on the fact of not having a black juror in the jury pool. And so this appellate attorney is going to give us some insight on the answer to that question right there, man.
Generally, the absence of a juror of a certain race in and of itself would not be a strong appellate point. On the other hand, challenging a juror, prospective juror, removing a prospective juror from the jury based on his race would be a very strong appellate point. Jurors are seated randomly by number. So if hypothetically in Collin County, the first 20 people seated as prospective jurors were all white males, the jury would likely be predominantly white males. On the other hand, if there were a handful of black people on the jury, and hypothetically the prosecutor were to have everyone specifically based on being black, that would be a very strong argument to raise an appeal. So a lot of folks might think, oh, a jury of your peers means a jury that looks like you. No, it doesn't. A jury of your peers means a group of people from the community, period.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much a fact, though. I mean that's actually what the legal definition of jury or your peers is. It's just the people that's in your community, man. I went and looked it up my damn self just to refresh my own memory on that shit. But I want to take a look at. I want to jump, man. I want to take a look at. I want to take a look at this appellate situation, man. The Court of Appeals is a little bit different in how it operates, man. So there was a really good breakdown on the Court of Appeals and specifically related to this case. I wanna actually break this down a little bit, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, man. Let's tap in with some of the defiant lawyer and get a legal perspective on what the appellate process kind of looks like for Karmelo Anthony, man.
And then they turn around and talk about how concerned they are for Karmelo Anthony. That's a contradiction. And when they tell you to not vote for the Democratic Party because the Democratic Party is the same as the Republican Party, That too is a contradiction. And I'm going to show you in this video why it's a contradiction. So in this video, let's talk about what happens next, who decides it, and why voting pick the deciders.
I think he's making a great point, man. I sat on the panel a few days ago, and had to go back and forth with an individual who was constantly telling me that there's nothing that can be done, there's nothing anybody could do. And I don't operate like that, man. If you have a defeatist mentality, then you already defeated, my nigga. I didn't overcame a lot of odds in my life, and I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't believe I could do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's belief is just the first step of the process, of a long process. You know what I'm saying? If you don't believe, then who the fuck will? And so I don't have Cain in my vocabulary, man. I try to keep Cain out of my vocabulary because there's really nothing you can't do. You got goddamn AI robots that can give you any answer in a matter of split seconds. You just gotta apply that shit and ask the right questions. So I don't look at it like that, bro. I think people can change. I think situations can change. I think conditions can change. You know what I'm saying? But people is the thing I focus on most because everybody thinks that the motherfuckers is locked into their positions and all that. But what we have to understand about this country, there's a very large middle that goes back and forth depending on what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And so, I'm not one to always be like, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. You got to get off your ass and try first and try for a long period of time. And if you do that, you will see change. You know what I'm saying? You will see some kind of change. And so, I don't subscribe to that mentality, man. You got to vote. You got to vote for the right people. Get the right motherfuckers in there that care about your issue, care about you as a person. That's the first step. Stop going with all this vanity shit and the celebrity shit. Vote for motherfuckers that got you, that want to put money in your bank account, that want to put programs for your kids, that want to put judges in place that will be fair. You know what I'm saying? So let's look at what's next, man, in this Karmelo Anthony process. But I think the game he's giving out right here is very, very critical and very important, man. Use your vote, man. Use your voice, use your vote, use your dollar, man, to try to inflict change where you think it need to be.
Okay. So the case everyone is talking about and asking about is Karmelo Anthony's case. He was convicted June 9th, 2026, sentenced to 35 years. As I've explained, here we have what's called 3G offenses, which requires that he does at least half of the 35 years. I believe that's 17 and a half years before he's even parole eligible. That doesn't mean he'll get parole, but he becomes parole eligible after serving that.
Yeah, I think people definitely got to get that right. Like 17-year mark is just the parole application mark. Like you just trying to get parole. That don't mean you gonna get parole. That just means you going in front of a bunch of motherfuckers trying to get parole. That's your first opportunity to try to get some parole. So that's why I continued to say earlier it just wasn't looking good to me. None of this shit was looking good to me. But we here now. Let's get it, man.
17.5 years. And his lawyers have already filed notice of appeal. All right, so now what happens? So the trial court has already had the trial. Now, the next place that his case goes is to the 5th Court of Appeals. And it's located right here in Dallas. And then from there, it could end up in the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals.
Hold up, bro. Hold up. Something just came to my motherfucking head right now, bro. This motherfucker said right here in Dallas, Defiant lawyer, if your ass right there in Dallas, why you ain't step up to the plate and help Melo get the fuck off? We sitting there watching your ass after the... Never mind. See, I'm pissed, I'm frustrated. I'm pissed off for my nigga Melo, man. But shit is fucked up, man. Hit that like button, man.
All right, so now what happens? So the trial court has already had the trial.
Okay, so what does this look like, man? So he said trial court is done in Collin County. Mandatory Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, and then a discretionary Court of Criminal Appeal that may hear it. So that's after that's the first appeal. So I guess the discretionary will be the second appeal. So this is kind of what the appellate process looks like. It says one court is required to look, the other chooses. Texans elect the judges on both. Oh, okay. So in the discretionary, it has to be chosen. The case has to be chosen. But his first appeal is mandatory. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Now, the next place that his case goes is to the Fifth Court of Appeals. And it's located right here in Dallas. And then from there, it could end up in the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals. So first, the trial court is where the trial was had. And if there are any appellate issues, and already there are, then it will go to the Fifth Court of Appeals. Not the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals in Louisiana that's over this federal circuit, if you will, but the Fifth Court of Appeals. And then there is the Court of Criminal Appeals. Now, our system is different. The Texas Supreme Court does not handle the criminal appeals, the final criminal appeals. That's handled by the Court of Criminal Appeals. Most other states, their Supreme Court, their highest court, tend to handle both civil and criminal final appeals. Our system doesn't do it that way. Our court system, we have a Court of Criminal Appeals that handles the final criminal appeals in the state. All right? Now, the Fifth Court of Appeals must hear Karmelo's appeal. Whatever those appeal issues are, it must hear those appeals. However, the Court of Criminal Appeals, their jurisdiction is oftentimes discretionary. In other words, they don't have to hear all types of cases and all appeals. There are three types of appeals or types of cases that they will hear, but they do have discretion over a lot of the cases that are filed in front of them. I'll go over those in just a moment. But I want to continue to reiterate that all the judges on these benches are elected.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to stop. Texas, all these judges and shit y'all complaining about are elected. Do your motherfucking job out there, bro. Do your motherfucking
Every
job.
one of them are elected. So if we don't vote, we don't get a say in who sits on these benches and hear the.
You know what? I think that's a very important. I'm going to spin that the fuck back because this is my show. And I think that's some very important shit that all you motherfuckers need to be telling your friends about this upcoming election.
Of appeals or types of cases that they will hear. But they do have discretion over a lot of the cases that are filed in front of them. I'll go over those in just a moment. But I want to continue to reiterate that all the judges on these benches are elected. Every one of them are elected. So if we don't vote, we don't get a say in who sits on these benches and hear these appeals. So come November 2026, I'm going to show you that your vote may directly impact Karmelo's appeal.
Wow. Okay. Well, Texas, it looked like y'all all hope may not be lost in this motherfucker. We got the defiant lawyer here saying, Texas, your vote in this upcoming November election can directly affect what happens to Karmelo Anthony, man. So everybody's saying there's nothing that can be done. Everybody's saying all hope is lost. Look into this person or that person. You hold the key your motherfucking self to help Karmelo Anthony. Let me spin this back, man, so y'all can get a clear understanding of what the fuck is going on here, bruh. Because we learning right now. I'm going to get to the bullshit later. But I want y'all to really feel where I'm coming from.
To reiterate that all the judges on these benches are elected. Every one of them are elected. So if we don't vote, we don't get a say in who sits on these benches and hear these appeals. So come November 2026, I'm going to show you that your vote may directly impact Karmelo's appeal. All right, so step one, the appeal they must hear. As I just said, the Fifth Court of Appeals in Dallas has to hear Karmelo's initial appeal. All right, they're going to hear it. The Collin County courts are part of the Fifth Court of Appeals district. So they will hear that appeal, his appeal, whatever appellate issues there are. Now, the way that works is while Karmelo's attorneys were trying the case, the other thing that they were focused on, in addition to calling witnesses and putting in evidence and cross-examining witnesses and all the works of a trial, they were also focused on keeping a record, because the Fifth Court of Appeals will look at the record, and that's all they will hear. They may hear oral argument from the attorneys, whomever the appellate attorney is, but they will not be receiving any additional evidence and testimony and all of that. They will just have the record of the trial.
Okay, I want to stop it there because this is kind of important, right? So the appellate process, as he said, can't begin without a record of the trial. So that's why the transcript from the court of the Karmelo trial, which may take anywhere from, I heard, weeks to maybe couple months, that has to be released, I believe, before the appeals process can even really fully begin. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing, I think, is just that we got to figure out, we got to find a way to get that video. We got to submit FOIA requests. There's everybody in Texas needs this. If you support Karmelo Anthony, you should submit a FOIA request to get that video released. I mean, it's going to take a mass effort to do it, or it's going to take a large publication to do it. But we got to get that video out and see for ourselves what Karmelo's father was describing that looked very much questionable to him. You know what I'm saying?
So we're trusting that Mike Howard, Toby Shook, whatever appellate lawyers they have, took a very good record, kept a good record, and will now be able to put that in front of the Fifth Court of Appeals with whatever issues they have.
Yeah, so that's why during the trial, you can basically make your objections or file your motions of the things that you think are wrong in the trial or going wrong, and that record is what the appellate court will look at, right? All those objections or motions that you filed in order to, point out different things that you were displeased with in the original trial, that's the record that the appellate court will use in the appeals trial, right? So that's important to point out as well, man. Hopefully his defense did a good job of outlining and highlighting the fuckery that was going on in this trial.
All right, so who sits on the Fifth Court of Appeals? Well, there are 13 justices elected by the district's voters. That's us. So Dallas County voters decided who sits on that court.
Dallas County, y'all need to stand the fuck up, bruh. Who sits on the Fifth Court of Appeals that Karmelo Anthony is going to? 13 judges elected by Dallas County. So again, all the people saying there's nothing that you can do, there's nothing we can do. There's a whole lot of fucking shit you can do. November ain't 5 or 6 months away. Get that activism game up. Get hit the streets. Get that grassroots game and get them goofy ass judges out of there and put some in there that's gonna be more favorable. Yeah, I'm saying this shit ain't rocket science, bro. You may think it is, but I'm the nigga that's gonna show you that it ain't. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, man. Hit that motherfucking Cash App one time too, bro.
Those voters who didn't think enough or care enough about voting, they allowed other people to make those decisions. That's why voting the couch is always stupid, because it hands other people power over our lives and other people's lives.
Oh yeah, that's powerful. I gotta spin that all the way back. That's powerful right there. I'm gonna clip this shit and run it, hoping to get 1 million views, because you motherfuckers need to understand voting is power, bro. That's why they're going through all these hoops and hurdles to redraw all the motherfucking lines. Simple shit, bro.
Took a very good record, kept a good record, and will now be able to put that in front of the Fifth Court of Appeals with whatever issues they have. All right, so who sits on the Fifth Court of Appeals? Well, there are 13 justices elected by the district's voters. That's us. So Dallas County voters decided who sits on that court. And those voters who didn't think enough or care enough about voting, they allowed other people to make those decisions. That's why voting the couch is always stupid, because it hands other people power over our lives and other people's lives. And in the Fifth Court of Appeals, Democrats actually win seats on this court. So Karmelo's chance of getting a good review, now that doesn't mean at all that his case is going to be overturned, it doesn't mean that at all. That is not what I'm saying. I am saying that in this Fifth Court of Appeals, he will get some good looks from people who may feel what he is feeling and may sympathize and empathize with his position and so on, than what he would get in a lot of districts here in the state of Texas.
Hey, y'all hear that? So he's saying that Democrats do win seats in this district. And if the Democrats can win some seats in this upcoming election, Karmelo Anthony's chances of getting a more fairer look go up. And I would have to agree with that.
A red state, a state, quite frankly, where oftentimes they don't care anything about.
If you ever wanted to start
our people.
Yeah, let me run that back, because I think that was very important. What he just said was gold, and motherfuckers need to hear it over and over again until they believe it. So I'm gonna spin it back, because this is my motherfucking show. I can do what the fuck I want. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, man.
This court. So Karmelo's chance of getting a good review, now that doesn't mean at all that his case is going to be overturned, it doesn't mean that at all. That is not what I'm saying. I am saying that in this Fifth Court of Appeals, he will get some good looks from people who may feel what he is feeling and may sympathize and empathize with his position and so on, than what he would get in a lot of districts here in the state of Texas, a red state, a state, quite frankly, where oftentimes they don't care anything about our people. Okay, let's just be honest about that. So 3 seats are up November 3rd, 2026. There are 3 seats, place 3, place 6, place 8. Those are what are up for re-election.
Okay, so he breaking it down right here, man. He's really breaking down how Texas and Dallas can break down the barriers that are in front of Karmelo Anthony. So again, I would expect everybody that's out there protesting, everybody out there trying to get their clout moments and shit. Hopefully you run this motherfucking video and run my motherfucking views up, because I'm actually trying to show y'all how to help the boy. Just like I told y'all the boy was in trouble 3 or 4 days before we found out he was in trouble. It's better to be ahead of shit. That's what I figured out in life. You don't want to be behind shit. I like to be in front of shit. You know what I'm saying? I like to be ahead of the bullshit before it hit me. And that's why that's how I approach life. So again, place 3, place 6, and place 8. Now I ain't talking about no trifectas. Are you gambling degenerate motherfuckers? Nah, I ain't talking parlays. I'm talking voting. The shit that actually matters, man. So Dallas County, man, there's another opportunity to help out Karmelo Anthony, man, because God knows up to this point, he hadn't gotten much goddamn help at all.
Okay. Rykek, Kolodowski, don't know if I'm pronouncing their names correctly. Purdy versus Smith. Plumlee versus Wysocki. I think that's the way you say that. Plumlee, I actually know. Andrea Plumlee, she is a good lawyer. I know her. She sat on the family court bench and still may be there. I don't know. I haven't seen Andrea in quite some time. All right, so 3 Democrats are up for election on November 3rd, 2026. All right, step 2. So if Karmelo loses his appeal at the 5th Court of Appeals, then he has the opportunity to then appeal to the next level. All right, and that would be then the Court of Criminal Appeals. All right, and vice versa. If Karmelo wins and the state wants to appeal, then they could also appeal to the Court of Criminal Appeals. So that's 3.
Okay, so they saying, so basically he's saying if Melo win, if Melo lose, he can appeal, and if Melo win, the damn prosecution can appeal. But it's discretionary. So they, the court has to choose to pick it up. It's not an automatic, just like his first appeal is mandated.
3 courts so far. The trial court, where they had the trial, the 5th Court of Appeals, where the appeals will go to and they have no discretion to reject it. That is, they must hear it. I don't know, and I am not saying that they will do anything to help Karmelo with his appeal. I don't know that, but I'm saying his chances are better here in the Dallas area, which is more diverse, has a whole lot more African-American people and others who would be open to his appeal.
Okay, so I mean, I would consider that a bit of good news for Karmelo Anthony, man. To be honest with you, this Court of Appeals being held in Dallas County as opposed to Collin County, a lot more diversity. Depending on how this election goes, it could be a lot more favorable. So, Karmelo's fate again is now in the hands of the people of Texas to stand up and put in some solid representation for this young man.
But if he wins here in the 5th Court of Appeals, then the state could appeal to the Court of Criminal Appeals. If he loses in the 5th Court of Appeals, then he can ask the Court of Criminal Appeals to hear his appeal. All right? So I hope you got that. If he wins here, the state can appeal to the Court of Criminal Appeals. If Karmelo loses, then he and his team can appeal to the Court of Criminal Appeals. So how often does the Court of Criminal Appeals say yes to appeals that come before them? Well, 9 out of 10 times.
Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel, man. I think he giving us some good information. That's why we running this, man, because I'm actually interested in all the ways we can to try to help Karmelo Anthony. So that's why we running this, man. We're going to get to the bullshit in a minute. I'm going to jump, but right now, I'm on my Karmelo shit right now. So roll with it or get the fuck on, nigga.
an appeal to the Court of Criminal Appeals. So, how often does the Court of Criminal Appeals say yes to appeals that come before them? Well, 9 out of 10 times, they say no. This is Texas.
Ouch. Yeah, listen, for every 2 steps forward, you get 1 step back around this motherfucker, bro. 9 out of 10 times, the Texas Court of Appeals is saying hell no. Of 715 petitions resolved in fiscal year 2024, just 48 were granted. Well, I mean, so you say there's a chance, huh? So you say there's a motherfucking chance, huh? Okay. Yeah, man. Sometimes, man, you gotta, be willing to kick the door in and try to defeat the odds, man. 9 out of 10, shit, that don't mean you can't be that 10th one, man. So you gotta try.
This is Texas. This is not New York State. This is not California. This is Texas. And that alone makes this very different. Okay, so 9 out of 10 of the Court of Criminal Appeals petitions that are put before them, they reject.
Shout out to Jester, man. He said it's going to be a long battle, but he get out, and they're not saying he can get appeal bond. Yeah, I mean, yeah, real shit. It was real shit.
All right? Those are facts. So we really want him. What would be great is he got some review, some good review at the 5th Court of Appeals, and the state doesn't even appeal to the Court of Criminal Appeals. All right, that would be awesome. And the door doesn't swing evenly. So I wrote here, the state's petitions get accepted at a higher rate than the defenses. A special state office exists just to file them, the state prosecuting attorney. So they tend to get more of their petitions granted than just regular Joe Blow. So what the Court of Criminal Appeal must take. So now they have to take certain kinds of cases. They don't have to take appeals, but there are 3 kinds of cases they must take. Number 1, they got to take death penalty cases. All right? Death penalty cases must be taken by the Court of Criminal Appeals. That's not what we're dealing with here. All right? The second type of case they must take is 11.07 habeas writ, or writ of habeas corpus. They must take that case. Now, what they do with it, I'll talk about it in a moment, is a whole nother ballgame. But they must take it. It's not discretionary. And then third of all, they have what's called original jurisdiction, meaning there are certain cases by law they must hear, okay, that have original jurisdiction. They start, in other words, in the Court of Criminal Appeals. For example, a small set routed directly to it, like DNA testing appeals in capital cases. Now, what an 11.07 writ can raise? All right, Karmelo, if his appeal situation doesn't work out the way we want it to work out, then his attorneys can file a writ, 11.07 writ of habeas corpus, and raise such issues as ineffective assistance of counsel. This is the biggest one. Actual innocence based on.
Yeah, you damn right he had an ineffective. I'm gonna stop the video right motherfucking here, bruh. You damn right he had an ineffective assistance of counsel. Malpractice, if you ask me. 26 witnesses the prosecution called to 6 defense witnesses, and one of the defense witnesses got roasted by the damn prosecution mid testimony. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to do my best to give y'all the next steps and what's possible and what's real, and not be hanging on fake ass activists and fake play running motherfuckers that's just gonna get your hopes up and leave you in the dirt, man. This is a real lawyer. Yeah, and he's in Dallas. Why his ass didn't take the case, that's a whole nother question that we'll do on another show. But I think he's giving us some good information, and I hope y'all think it's good information as well, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, man.
New evidence. The state hid favorable evidence like Brady material. The state has to give us all Brady material. Brady material, Brady evidence is evidence that tends to show, that tends to favor the defense's innocence. Okay, we call it Brady material after the Brady case that the U.S. Supreme Court handed down some years ago. False testimony or junk science, or involuntary guilty pleas and illegal sentences, lost appeals and time credit errors. Okay, so a writ of habeas corpus, an 11.07 writ, can bring up these and some other issues. But of course, again, the number one is ineffective assistance of counsel.
Yeah, so he's saying in order to get to that second court of appeals, he basically has to file a writ 1107, and these are the categories that he would have to use to justify getting into that court of appeal. It says one shot, second writs are barred, absent new facts or new law. So you only get one shot at the 1107 writ of habeas corpus. That second writ is barred unless you get new evidence or new facts or new law. That's interesting, man. Yeah, I heard about that. I'm digging into it, man. I may cover that as well. But yeah, I heard about that. I definitely heard about that.
And regarding that, their routine, because what oftentimes happens is, first of all, lawyers can make mistakes. We're humans, so we can make error. But even if we don't, quite often when things don't go the way that the defendant wanted them to go, or the defendant's family, almost in every instance, or in a lot of instances, the lawyers get the blame. All right, it's just the nature of the beast. You know that's going to happen. If things don't go the way they want, they're going to blame the lawyers. All right, they're going to say the lawyers' assistance as counsel in that case was ineffective. They didn't.
Yeah, I mean, that may be true, but in this case, I think it's pretty clear. And I think that's why he's decided to break this down as well, because he can see it's pretty clear. I mean, anytime, listen, the simple math is the prosecution called 26 witnesses, the defense called 5 or 6. Like, that's the most obvious sign of ineffective counsel right there, in my opinion, aside from a lot of other shit. But I mean, if you want something that just is a bumper sticker like that you could put on a damn t-shirt, that's what it is, bro.
I've already heard things like they didn't object enough, or they didn't. I've heard things about whether Karmelo should have testified or not. So all of those things are most likely at some point going to go in front of the Court of Criminal Appeals as ineffective assistance of counsel. I don't know whether they will. I don't know what the outcome will be. But I know, having done this almost 20 years, that when things tend to go wrong, a lot of times clients and or their families will blame the lawyer. We just know that. It's just like in a doctor's office. And again, lawyers and doctors and other folks, we're humans, can make mistakes. All right?
If you've been waiting to apply for disability benefits,
hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, man.
And if the appeal fails, meaning what happens if Karmelo and his team do not like the outcome of the appeal, all right, then they're able to file that 11.07 writ of habeas corpus. That's when they're able to do that. The problem with that is, as I was alluding to earlier, a lot of those cases, they're obligated to receive all of those cases. But just because they receive those cases does not mean that they're going to grant any relief. So 2,531 writs filed. The 2024 report says only 138 were granted relief. That is 6 out of 100. Most got a one-word no. Again, this is Texas, folks. This is Texas. But again, the Court of Criminal Appeals must look closely at death penalty cases. But even then, there's no guarantee what's going to happen. Now, here's what they don't want you to know about these 11.07 writ of habeas corpus petitions. When they take a close look at them, 98% of them are found to have error.
Yeah, I think that's pretty impactful right there. I mean, 98% found to have error. Now all you need is just the correct politicians in there to see the error. You know what I'm saying? If you hit a home run in November and you get a writ that's ineffective counsel, which is easy to prove, shit, Karmelo Anthony's situation takes a tremendous turn for the positive. Please believe that.
The question is whether or not someone's 1107 writ will even be considered seriously and not just something done by the clerks or the attorneys who are supporting the judges. And then the judges maybe just...
Shout out to Denise in the building, man. Salute, fam. I appreciate you for tapping in with your boy, man. Just going through some scenarios, actually the best scenario I've heard to try to help out Karmelo Anthony going forward. So that's what we breaking down right now. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, man. I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy. We finna get to the bullshit in a minute. Don't trip. But I just feel like it's important to try to find solutions rather than, complain about problems, man. So I think this guy has most definitely provided us with a lot of solutions that are not impossible.
Just sort of stamp off on them without taking a serious look. Because in 98% of the cases where they take a serious look, they find error. So you remember I said something about prayer early? Pray that Karmelo's case, if it gets to the Court of Criminal Appeals, all right, if it gets there by either they accepting his appeal or if there is 11.07 writ file, that they will read it and take it seriously. Sit down and literally go through the record. Because in almost all of the cases, the judges will find some kind of error. All right? So this brings us to the big question, who put these judges on the bench? And the answer is obvious. Voters.
Yeah. You motherfucking Dallas voters, bruh. You motherfucking Dallas voters. Yeah. You got another shot, though. November is right around the corner, man. Got another shot. And Democrats have won those seats before. So why not again?
So courts are elected, top to bottom. When we stay home, someone else picks the bench for us. So the cost of staying home. In the last midterm, most eligible black Texans did not vote. Most eligible Texans, black Texans, didn't vote. Judicial races sit at the bottom of the ballot and they get skipped. No Democrat has won a Texas statewide race since 1994. And those judges on the Court of Criminal Appeals are elected statewide. So we have allowed the GOP, which is definitely not the same as the Democratic Party, to put those judges on the bench.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna clip all this shit. It's gonna be at least 4 or 5 clips of this segment right here because I want people to understand there is a way. You know what I'm saying? There is a way. We're gonna jump in a minute, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. But I just want to fully break down what Karmelo's options are going forward, how the state of Texas, the city of Dallas can effectively help this young man, and what it looked like going forward.
So as I have written here at the bottom, outrage after the verdict cannot vote. Only you can.
There it is there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna cut it right here. If y'all want to go tap in with the rest of this, man, this is the Defiant Lawyer. He most
My
definitely
wife almost
jumping.
divorced me because I couldn't get
I don't
hard.
give a fuck about your personal problems, bro. I'm in the middle of my show. You and your wife need to go figure that shit out, is what it sounds like. Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to this motherfucking channel, man. But I'm providing y'all with solutions on how Karmelo can be assisted in this effort, man. You know what I'm saying? Not a whole bunch of crying and clout chasing and a bunch of bullshit. I'm giving you real actionable intelligence that you could take back to your community and try to help this boy fight this situation, man. So we're gonna jump, but let's tap in with a little bit more of this real quick.
Of criminal appeals. He's running as a Democrat. He's been a criminal defense attorney as long as I've known him. Place 4, Audra Riley. She too is running as a Democrat. I also know her. She is currently a judge over the court, the criminal district court number 4, CDC 4. Okay. Place 9, Holly Taylor. She too is running as a Democrat. All right. She is a criminal and civil appeals attorney.
Long story short, it's message time, bro. Like, look, message. Message. Listen, where the camera at? Let me get right to this motherfucker. Texas, Dallas. If you motherfuckers want to help Karmelo Anthony, these is the 3 motherfuckers you need to try to vote for in November. Simple as that. I'm gonna do simple math for you. I'm gonna do the math for you so you ain't got to do the motherfucking math today. Usually I do the math so you could do it for yourself, but today I'm gonna just do this shit for you, bro. Because Karmelo has gotten piss poor representation since day one. We knew about the Dominique dude in his past. Hell, I think Skull covered it on his show. Shout out to Skull. But it's just been a consistent fuckery all the way through. And so I'm trying to help y'all make the shit right, man. So if you guys want to help Karmelo Anthony, Dallas, Texas, Dallas. If you guys want to help Karmelo Anthony, place 3, place 4, and place 9. This is where you need to place your bet. Simple as that. We gonna jump though, man. I think I spent enough time on this. If you didn't watch this shit, spin this segment back because you most definitely gonna want to watch this if you in Texas, if you in Dallas, and if you support Karmelo Anthony, man. But we gonna jump, man, because I got some other shit I want to talk about. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that cash app one time for your boy, because I'm on fire in this motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, if don't nobody else pat me on my back, I'm gonna pat myself on my motherfucking back. You know what I'm saying? I don't need you motherfuckers to do that. I can do it. My arms is long enough. Shit. I mean, fucked up around, man. But we're going to jump, though, because I want to talk about some other shit. Where did I want to go with this? What are we looking? Oh yeah, we good, man. On time. Here, I want to jump, man. Let's talk about where is this other story at? Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channels, man. YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Instagram, TikTok, man. Cali Dre, the remix with Cali Dre. Now I'll pop up like the State Farm guy. You know what I mean? Do your part, and I'm gonna do my motherfucking part. You feel me? That's what it comes down to in the mellow shit too, bro. Do your part, and you know what I mean, and then let them do their part, and then mellow got a shot. But yeah. Is it gonna get done? Who the fuck knows, man? Motherfuckers, listen, this is the shit this is why I'm retiring, bro. In case y'all didn't know, I'm retiring from that stage shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm retiring. Y'all ain't gonna see me on the stage for a while, man, because you motherfuckers don't listen anyway. Like, I'm wasting all my talents and shit on a bunch of motherfuckers that don't listen anyway. I told y'all 3 days before this shit happened that the shit was gonna go left. And nobody want to listen to my black ass. Y'all quoting all these other weak ass bloggers is getting this shit wrong, man. So I came to a conclusion this week after this trial, man, after I was completely ignored on the shit that I was trying to tell y'all. And I'm gonna let y'all figure this shit out for y'all for the most part, man. You know what I mean? If y'all want the good information, y'all come tap in with me over here, man. I'm tired of talking to a bunch of motherfuckers that just don't know what the fuck they talking about and be loud about it and wrong about it all the goddamn time. Meanwhile, I'm consistently right about the shit I talk about, and all motherfuckers want to do is hate on me. You know what I'm saying? But I would too. You feel me? I would too. You know what I'm saying? But this is some shit I didn't want to be right about. I just looked at the shit for what it was. I paid attention to what the reporters were saying, what was coming out the courtroom, and I wasn't listening to no bullshit bloggers. And that's it. You know, accredited reporting is still accredited reporting. You know, you just got to be able to see the spin. And in order to see the spin, you got to compare multiple reports, right? I watched like fucking 20 videos, 15 videos to see who was saying what and really breaking that shit down, bro. It just comes down to doing the work. That's what motherfuckers don't want to do. They just want to get the answer from one motherfucker and think that that's right. Nah, bro, you got to verify that shit. If you're going to, especially if you're doing what I'm doing, you turning your camera on and putting your face behind the information that you're giving out. I like to make sure my shit is as accurate as can be. And so, you know, that's just the difference you're going to get with me than with a lot of other motherfuckers that you listen to, man. And hopefully that's what set me apart and get me to the mountaintop and help me reach the motherfucking promised land in this bitch, man. Help me get YouTube Premium so we ain't got to watch all these goddamn commercials in this motherfucker, man. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. I don't even know where I'm going with all this shit, but I think y'all get I was retiring. Yeah, I'm nigga, my jersey in the rafters, man. I didn't call so many shots and got so much shit correct. Like, what more can I fucking do? You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm finna retire, man. I think I'm finna retire from the stage shit, man. I'm going straight chat. I'm gonna be a chat keyboard warrior on them hoes. But yeah, I'm about to go back to that silent shit, man. You know what I mean? If motherfuckers want to tap in, you tap in over here. You know what I'm saying? Because you motherfuckers don't appreciate what I got to say anyway. You don't listen to what the fuck I got to say anyway. Shit. So fuck it. I'm retiring from the stage shit, nigga. It is what it is, nigga. It is what it is. But we go jump, man. I want to talk about this other story right here, man. Because the Lil Durk situation, man, just keeps getting more and more interesting. The whole TF situation keeps getting more and more interesting. And I'm most definitely all the way tapped in, man. So let's say King Von close friend Boss Top quits gangbanging and changed his life after moving away from O Block, man. Sometimes you got to get new perspective and you got to get away from the hood, man. All you hood niggas, sometimes it's okay to fucking go to the suburbs, nigga. It's all right. Take your girl out there, nigga. Go have some fun. Be somebody else for the night. Because you out here causing a whole bunch of chaos in the streets. And we don't need that shit, motherfucker. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, man. But let's take a look at this Boss Top situation because I thought this shit was funny, bro.
Top. O-Block member, the goon, the monster, the guy who don't mess around. Songs with King Von, been locked up, did videos with Chief Keef, part of the first underground wave. Boss Top was involved in so much stuff that Big P, when he went off, when his brother A-Roy got killed and he ended up going off on all the O-Block members, he said Boss Top shot him in the head. On a public platform. So Boss Top was involved in a lot of stuff. He was there the day Von ended up losing his life. He's been involved in a lot of street stuff. He didn't change his life. And this is kind of understandable though too, because he getting a little bit older. He say he changed for his kids. He done moved out of Chicago. He doing things a different way. And he kind of spoke on this in an old interview with like No Jumper. And you can kind of see his temperament kind of changed. And when you go to prison for a lot of times and you get older and you realize that you might not be a millionaire off this music shit, it's time to get a job, time to change. And life is different. Everybody ain't always gonna be 20 years old, and it seemed like Boss Top recognized that. Everybody needs to hit the like button. I want y'all to watch this video and show Boss Top some support. Hit the like button. Let's make sure this video go all the way up and push all the other videos down. I expect to see 1,000 likes on this video, but I kind of feel like he didn't really change his life around from a lot of rumors involving him and a lot of violent behavior.
Man, real quick, what's your name? Where you from? Alhamdulillah. I just want to ask you this quick question. You know what I'm saying? You have been a brother that was able to remove yourself from an environment of violence, gang, drugs, and you done lost a lot of friends to jail and death. Like, how has your transition been coming to Atlanta? And what advice do you have for individuals that's in this situation? And how has Islam played a role in all this?
Number one is you have to keep Allah first. For sure. You got to keep faith first. It wasn't an easy transition in between the streets and what you've known your whole life, in between the right path or something you're studying on it. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't always going to be easy trying to go and really live this type of life. Right. Because you only know one thing. Sometimes you have questions that need to be answered. But if you get into the deen, you get into the Quran and all that, you'll start really seeing things clear and understanding. My transition wasn't easy, but it was the best thing that I needed for me. It's what I needed for my family, my kids. Me doing that was able to keep me out the way from dying, going to jail. I done been with all hill and high water. I ain't been to hell. I see where you catch it. Get what I'm going. For sure. I feel like, like I say, people just, keep Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first. Don't worry about what your homies, with the streets, what the females, worry about what nobody gonna think about you. You gotta think about you and think about what Allah hates. You gotta hate what Allah hates. SubhanAllah. Don't like what they like. Right. You hate what Allah hates. For sure. If Allah don't like it, you gotta hate it. So that's really where I'm at with it. Like, the things I know.
Listen, I think this is just interesting. I thought it was a little bit funny because, again, I mean, shout out to him for changing his life, most definitely. You know what I'm saying? I want to say that first and foremost, but, we got to learn how to learn from other people's mistakes, man. And maybe he did do that. Maybe he did see what was going on around him and see that wasn't the direction that he wanted to go in, man. But, if you know anything about this individual, he was most definitely in the thick of everything. You know what I'm saying? And so I just find it funny that now, this happened when after all this, you know what I'm saying? The loss of Von, the loss, Dirk in jail. And I just always go back to that $1 million worth of game interview where Wallow and Gilly and especially Wallow was in tears, just pleading with these boys, man. Y'all got to change our life, change our route. Audible to play, or it's gonna be downfall. You know what I'm saying? And that was like 1.5 years, 2 years ago. You feel me? When that interview dropped, bro, like maybe 2.5, a little more. But I mean, that shit was not 10 years ago. You see what I'm saying? So that's just why I find it funny. It's just like, these boys is living a very fast life in a very, a street life. You know what I'm saying? for lack of a better term. And so, you know, shout out to Boss Top for changing his life if that's really what he on and if it's real serious and genuine. And it sounds like it. You know what I mean, he's really talking different. I can actually hear it and feel it kind of in his energy, man. So shout out to him for making the change of his life. But I just, man, it took, look what it took though. Like, you know what I mean? That's where I just be like, you know, man, we got to do better for the youth, man, and just try to assist them so that it doesn't take this long for them to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but that's the part I thought was just funny, man. It's just like, and not really funny. I guess funny might be the wrong word. I think ironic is more the word I'm looking for. You know, the irony of just having to be stripped of all, you know what I mean, your people and just, you know what I mean, for you to really make that, it's like motherfuckers pleading with you on TV and just, and that's for not just for Boss, that's just for all the cats that's you know, really out there for a long period of time. Like sometimes if you got to get in and out the streets, maybe you got hard times. I understand certain situations, man. I'm not as you know, I ain't gonna be as hypocritical to some of these youngsters as other people are. Like I get it. I understand situations. Some of them don't got parents, some of them don't got this or that. You know what I'm saying? So I understand sometimes people are forced out in the streets. It ain't always a choice. You don't always jump out into the porch. Sometimes you just ain't got no fucking porch. You know what I mean? And so I get it, but you know, shout out to Boss Top, man. I guess that's all I can say, man. Shout out to Boss Top for changing his life. Hopefully, a lot of other young brothers, you know, take a look at him because he most definitely is a you know reputable individual out there in Chicago, and hopefully people can you know some of these youngsters can look at his life and change, man, too. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I always say, right? It's got to be people like this that actually change their life and put the message out there because these are the people that the young, you know, YNs that y'all call them street niggas, that this the motherfucker that they gonna listen to. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, shout out to him, man, for changing his life, man. And definitely, you know, I didn't mean to say funny. I said funny in the earlier, but I think I meant more ironic. It just, you know, to me, it's just a lot of, you know, they went through a lot before, you know, this change was made, man. So, you know, shout out to him though, man, for finally, you know what I mean, figuring it out, putting the pieces to the puzzle, man, and putting his family first. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're gonna jump, man. I just wanted to get some comments in on that. I thought that was pretty interesting. What else did I want to look at? They said it was a mass shooting today, man. I wanted to what the hell? I want to check in with this. They said it was a mass shooting in Texas today as well, man. What is this all about? Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel. It says mass shooting in Midland, Texas leaves 1 dead and 10 wounded. Is that for real?
That's the sound of multiple gunshots
Oh,
ringing
yeah,
out in
it
Midland,
is for real.
Texas. 11
Goddamn.
people were shot in the small community between multiple gunshots ringing out in Midland, Texas, where 11 people were shot in the small community between Fort Worth and El Paso Friday morning. At least one victim was killed, according to officials.
Please pray for Midland. Most importantly, please pray for those impacted.
Authorities say the shooting led to an hours-long standoff with the gunman, who's now been identified as Victor Mata Villarreal. Authorities say he died of a self-inflicted gunshot.
The active shooter situation has been resolved and the shooter is confirmed deceased as of this afternoon.
It's unclear what sparked the shooting. One witness telling CNN she saw a man randomly shooting at cars driving by her business, and then she saw multiple SWAT officers rush a building.
This is all hands on deck. All of our community responders are participating in addressing the situation.
Authorities say 4 people remain hospitalized Friday afternoon, but their condition is unknown. Texas Governor Greg Abbott issuing a statement saying he is, quote, deeply saddened by the senseless act of violence in Midland. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Wow. So damn, I guess it did. It went down in Texas. Mass shooting leaves 1 dead and 10 wounded. So rest in peace to the person that lost their life. And you know what I mean? Definitely prayers to the people that was affected, their families and all that, man. Yeah, it's going down in Texas, man. Texas got some action right now. Texas got a lot of that motherfucking action right now in this bitch, man. Yeah, what else did I want to look at, man? Is that it? Nah, I don't want to look at that. Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel for your boy, man. I'm just Yeah, we could look at that. Yeah, I'm just chilling tonight, man. You know what I mean? I really wanted to get into that Karmelo shit. I had a few little stories I want to talk about, man, but hey, I just been thrown off like everybody else behind this Mellow shit, bro. Like I'm yeah, man. It's because he's a quality young man and he getting good grades. He got 2 jobs. He's the kind of young man that if you ever gonna give an opportunity and a second chance to, you know, it should be him. And I just feel like, okay, yeah, someone did lose their life because of this incident. Yeah, if he had to do, as I was trying to explain, like if he had to do a 2 to 5, even maybe a 5 to 10, you know what I mean? Come home in about 6, you know what I mean? 7, you know what I mean? I would understand because somebody lost their life, man. And 35 years is very much excessive for this situation. It just is. No matter how you look at it. And I covered early in the show, made comparisons to Rittenhouse and a couple other cases where people only got 10 years for doing a little more or the same goddamn thing with guns and all kind of other shit. So, you know, yeah. Yeah, that shit is fucked up, man. But I, you know, trying to do my part, man, give y'all good information that's actionable and not just a bunch of talk and a bunch of clout chasing, man. You know, there is a way to help Carmelo Anthony, but it has to do with, you know, voting and you know what I mean, like actually, you know, creating like a real campaign around, you know, those legislative seats, man. I mean, it's 3 legislative seats that you know could tremendously help Melo's situation, right? So that's a campaign that could be ran. You know, the rest of I mean, you want to know the rest of the answers, man? Go back and spin the show back and run my views up. But it all hope is not lost, I guess, is my point, man. And you just got to take the right steps, man. Carmelo Anthony has not had silent representation this entire time. He did not get one break this entire fucking time, from the media coverage to the jury makeup to his fucking lackluster defense. I mean, the prosecutor, listen, there was a moment in the Carmelo, and I don't even want to spin it back to that, but damn it, I got to. There was a moment where the prosecutor, actually, the defense called a witness, and the prosecutor or the defense said, I talked to you like 2 minutes before this, and now you understand. And then the prosecutor comes up and said, oh, yeah, I talked to you a couple weeks ago. I think I talked to your daddy and all kind of other shit. It's just like, it's a clear, you know, he just got, it's the railroad is clear. The tracks are there. You can hear the fucking engine. You know what I mean? I smell the steam coming from the goddamn engine, bro. Like the railroad is clear. So hopefully tonight I provided some answers on what Dallas and Texas can do about it. You know what I'm saying? What else did I want to look at, man? Do we want to get into this shit right here? Hey, let's get into this shit right here, man. Let's get into this shit right here. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's get into this shit right here. Cause our friend Diddy, man. Your guy Diddy has a few things going on, man. There's a couple of other lingering lawsuits that's on the horizon from what I'm hearing and what I'm understanding, man. So I want to check out a little bit of what's going on with Diddy. Nikki 901, salute, Queen. What's up with you, man? I appreciate you for tapping in with your boy, man. Yeah, I'm in here getting this work in, man. I got to get these views up, man. I'm trying to reach the motherfucking mountaintop, man. Yeah, I mean, take me to the promised land in this motherfucker, man. That's where I'm trying to go. So we in here getting this work in. I appreciate you for tapping in with your boy, man. We finna jump on. No, we finna go to this Diddy situation. You got to be careful with your wording around Diddy and his situations, man. So we just finna check out this Diddy story, man. Fuck it. Y'all ain't even setting this shit up, man. Hit the like button, subscribe to the damn channel, man.
Everyone keeps
Former child star slams P. Diddy with a disturbing civil lawsuit. He alleges the singer sexually assaulted him at a Hollywood party. Speculation is stirring about who this star could be as the horrifying allegations against P. Diddy continue to pile up. We're breaking down the lawsuit with Johnny Depp's attorney Ben Chu, who says Diddy isn't out of the woods just yet. This is Scandal, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Sierra Gillespie. Diddy performed oral sex on him at a Hollywood party.
Whoa, we can't just jump in like that. Nah. Oh my Lord Jesus. Hey, listen, parental guidance is suggested. Viewer discretion is advised. The explicit sticker and all that other shit when it comes to Diddy, bro. This is not the views of me or my channel or nobody that I know. This is Diddy bullshit. We just tapping in with that. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, man.
Crimes conviction. But the newest allegation in the Diddy case comes from an unlikely source, a former child star who says Diddy performed oral sex on him at a Hollywood party when he was still underage. And
What?
this brings forth
A former child star filed a civil suit against P. Diddy for saying that he did some zesty ass shit to him at a party when he was underage. Oh yeah, shit getting nasty, shit getting stank nasty. Anytime you think Diddy, you got to think stank nasty at this point, because this is just foul. It just Diddy, you're living foul, my nigga. You're living foul.
a whole host of questions. Like, for instance, could P. Diddy face more criminal charges relating to these accusations? Is his current conviction relevant to these accusations? I mean, does it bolster them? Where does this civil case fall in line with the rest of the civil cases he's already up against? And above all, who is this celebrity child star? Well, the latter question is all speculation because the former child star has filed the lawsuit under John Doe. So we don't
Hey, you know what's fucked up about that? You know what's fucked up about this? This is the first picture they put up. This is the first. It's all they don't know who the fuck it is, but this is the first picture that they put up. She said it's all speculation, and then Usher picture pops up. Ain't that a bitch? You see the insinuation and shit like that, bro. This shit wild, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, man.
child star has filed the lawsuit under John Doe. So we don't have an actual name, but we do know that it's a male who was reportedly already famous when the alleged incident happened. According to the lawsuit, the boy started his career acting in about 2004. Plaintiff, meaning John Doe, immediately began working in the entertainment industry, securing initial roles that provided early professional exposure and experience. The lawsuit alleges the boy was on some high-profile shows, but it doesn't specify which shows. It does.
Okay, hold on. So was Justin or Usher in any kind of shows? Because this is talking about a high-profile actor. Not a musician, you know what I'm saying? Nikki 901 salute, man. Y'all let me know in the comments, man. What kind of actors was Diddy been hanging around? That's the real question. What kind of actors did he been hanging around?
However, say the alleged incident happened involving Diddy back in 2007, meaning the boy would have had about 3 years experience in Hollywood at the time. Now, according to the filing, the boy reached out to his agents for help with his career. And this is common in Hollywood. They arranged different networking events where he could go and mingle and meet people. And it was all basically to build visibility with other actors, directors, and celebrities. And that, according to the court docs, is how he met P. Diddy in 2007 at one such networking event in the Hollywood Hills. The suit titles this section as, quote, the attack on plaintiff, describing what allegedly happened. According to the child star, he started off at the party by mingling with people and then noticed P. Diddy talking to some other actors who were in the crowd. But eventually, Diddy allegedly approached the boy. Diddy and the boy began talking about his career, and then Diddy said the boy could be a good candidate for an upcoming project.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. We all know what the fuck that means. We all know what the fuck that means. All right, listen, fellas. Diddy come tap you on the shoulder and tell you, hey, Playboy, you might be a good candidate for this good role that I got coming up. Well, man, fuck all that. Nah, Diddy, keep that fucking role, bro. I'm good. I know what you like to do when the cameras and sitting in the corner and all that other the Astro Glide. No, fuck all that, bro. Fuck all. Keep that role, Diddy. You got me fucked up, man.
Defendant Combs told plaintiff he wanted to speak to him privately about some potential opportunities that defendant Combs had in mind for plaintiff. Defendant Combs guided plaintiff to the back rooms of the event. Defendant Combs and plaintiff.
What? I don't like what is that Nikki 901. Hey, shout out to Nikki 901. Shout out to Skull, but I gotta say it. This shit is gay as fuck, man. This shit gay. You know what I'm saying? This shit gay. Listen, when Diddy takes you to the back room, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Diddy trying to take that. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Nah, I don't even like where this story's going. I don't like where this story's going at all. At all. You out of pocket, Diddy.
Diddy and the boy began talking
fucking
about
out
his
of
career,
pocket, bro.
and then Diddy said the boy could be a good candidate for an upcoming project. Defendant Combs told plaintiff
Allegedly.
he wanted to speak to him privately about some potential opportunities that defendant Combs had in mind for plaintiff. Defendant Combs guided plaintiff to the back rooms of the event. Defendant Combs and plaintiff went into one of the back rooms together. Defendant Combs shut the door to the back room behind them.
No, that's not good. That's not good. This is where you don't want to be. This is where you don't want to be, right? This is where the fuck you don't want to be. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. This is where you don't want to be with P. Diddy.
Opportunities that defendant Combs had in mind for plaintiff. Defendant Combs guided plaintiff to the back rooms of the event. Defendant Combs and plaintiff went into one of the back rooms together. Defendant Combs shut the door to the back room behind them.
No,
At this point,
say
Diddy
it ain't
allegedly
so.
gave the boy
Say
some
it ain't
alcohol.
so.
And I want to pause here to note, if you followed the P. Diddy trial at all, you know that multiple witnesses testified that Diddy allegedly plied them with alcohol that was sometimes drugged. Multiple other civil lawsuits allege that Diddy forced survivors to drink alcohol that had allegedly been drugged in order to sexually assault them. According to this most recent filing, John Doe alludes to a similar situation. He says that Diddy gave him some alcohol and then allegedly began touching him and rubbing inappropriate parts of his body. Unexpectedly, defendant Combs started to touch plaintiff. First, defendant Combs began to rub on plaintiff's arm. Plaintiff told defendant Combs that he did not feel comfortable with the way defendant Combs was touching him. Defendant Combs tried to relax plaintiff and continued to touch plaintiff, moving his hands down plaintiff's body, beginning with touching his arm and then down to his stomach. It all culminated with Diddy allegedly performing oral sex on the boy, who once again was a child at the time.
No, this shit's going way too far. See, I gotta start watching these fucking videos, bro. I didn't watch this video. I gotta admit, I didn't watch this video at first, bro. I just saw the headline. I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna throw this shit on the show. We'll watch it. We'll watch it as a team. This is what we do. You know what I'm saying? We break this shit down. Nah, I don't know how much longer I can continue with this. I gotta be honest with you. I don't know how much longer I can continue this shit, bro. We may get kicked off YouTube for this shit. This is how disgusting. I may fucking get kicked off of YouTube for this shit.
Down to his stomach. It all culminated with Diddy allegedly performing oral sex on the boy, who once again was a child at the time, while Diddy allegedly touched himself. Defendant Combs then pulled up his pants and told plaintiff he would see where they would go from there for the role that he had in mind for defendant Combs's project. Plaintiff was in shock and pulled his clothing back up. After this, the boy was left completely alone.
Oh no, you gotta be fucking kidding me, bruh. You gotta be fucking kidding me, bruh. No. Say it ain't so, bruh. Say it ain't so.
And told plaintiff he would see where they would go from there for the role that he had in mind for defendant Combs's project. Plaintiff was in shock and pulled his clothing back up. After this, the boy was left completely alone. According to the lawsuit, he was in total shock. So he waited for his ride to come and then he left. P. Diddy is listed as a defendant in the lawsuit, but so too are some of the talent agencies for their alleged involvement. The child star alleges it was their duty to protect him, and they didn't. In fact, the adult agents allegedly didn't even attend the party and instead encouraged this child star to go alone without a chaperone. Plaintiff is informed and believes, and they're on a
Oh, yeah, they might have set this young boy up, man. Hey, go ahead, talent agency. Yeah, go ahead, go to that Diddy party over there, bro. No, you don't need no chaperone. It's just Diddy. Don't worry about it. Allegedly. You know what I'm saying? All allegedly. But damn, Diddy. Damn. They just coming out the woodworks now, bro. It's just, you know what I mean? Now, this is a child actor. So they say he had a successful acting career, whoever this person is. So we gotta one of y'all Google gurus, you know what I mean? Go, you know what I mean, pull up what actors Diddy was hanging out with in the 90s, early 2000s type shit.
Is that defendant Combs and agents spoke prior to the event in order to conspire to create an event disguised as an industry meeting in order to provide defendant Combs with an opportunity to come into contact with minor children like plaintiff. Plaintiff believes that the agents knew that Diddy had a reputation for sexually assaulting children and urged the boy to attend the party.
This is my dad, 1976.
Wait a minute. Is that a known fact that Diddy had a Epstein situation going on? Oh, you might. Oh, I see what you just put in the chat. Hold on. That. Nikki 901. Oh, that's a strong take right there, Nikki 901. That's a strong take right there. That's a strong take right there. I didn't think about that guy. Yeah, it could be.
Knew that Diddy had a reputation for sexually assaulting children and urged the boy to attend the party anyway. Now, this lawsuit was filed on Monday, June 8th in Los Angeles Superior Court, bringing forth a slew of allegations, including childhood sexual assault, sexual battery, negligence, intentional infliction of emotional distress, false imprisonment, violation of the Ralph Civil Rights Act, negligent supervision of a minor, and sexual harassment under Civil Code 51.9. As a result of the above described conduct, plaintiff has suffered and continues to suffer great mental anguish, shock, emotional distress, anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, feeling of self-blame, hypervigilance, a loss of sense of trust, and relationship and intimacy issues, and was prevented from performing daily activities, work, and obtaining the full enjoyment of life. And this next line in the lawsuit really stood out to me. It says, this assault was so extreme as to go beyond the bound of decency and be regarded intolerable by civilized society. John Doe filed the suit demanding a jury trial and an unspecified amount of damages, but it's unclear why John Doe wanted to file this now of all times. And that's something we're going to talk about during our interview. It's interesting timing for sure, given that P. Diddy faced a slew of civil lawsuits starting way back in November of 2023 when Cassandra or Cassie Ventura filed the bombshell lawsuit that opened the metaphorical floodgates in the case against Diddy. And I'd argue if Cassie hadn't filed her suit and Diddy hadn't settled 24 hours later, most of the other lawsuits wouldn't have been filed, and maybe the criminal charges would have never even been brought. But alas, P. Diddy was charged federally back in 2024. Last spring, he was tried in the Southern District of Manhattan's federal court on charges of racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. And I was there when the verdict came down. It was a total shocker. P. Diddy was found guilty only of transportation to engage in prostitution. He was eventually sentenced to 50 months in prison. So that's where he is right now, in federal prison serving out that sentence. But it really begs the question as to why John Doe decided to file this suit now. Leading up to Diddy's trial, there was a flurry of civil law.
Listen, I can answer that question for you. Because it's all about the motherfucking bag. Everybody seen Cassidy get that next day settlement, and lawsuits started a filing. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what this dude got to say about this, man. Hit that like button and subscribe to this motherfucking channel, man.
Ben, great. Boys, thanks for coming on. And here's the question I have to ask you. Why now do you think that this John Doe has brought this civil lawsuit? The timing is kind of interesting to me.
Well, a cynic would say that he's brought it now because Diddy is in prison and it's much harder for him to fight it and deal with his attorneys when he's in prison. That would be the cynical view. But it's certainly a question that Diddy's lawyers are going to be asking this now young man at his deposition, among many others.
Yeah, to me, I just was kind of going through the timeline when I was researching.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Diddy ass sitting behind bars. He can't fight no motherfucking civil lawsuit. He got a whole bunch of other criminal lawsuits he got to worry about. So they hoping that this shit go and fall to the back burner. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Is this child actor that's filing a lawsuit against Diddy? Is this credible? Let me know in the comments, man.
This case because the Cassie Ventura lawsuit came out in November 2023. Then in 2024, we had you on like a dozen times when we were talking about the literal dozens of lawsuits. Then Diddy was eventually charged, more lawsuits coming. So the timing is kind of weird to me. And another thing that's kind of interesting to me too, we've seen other John and Jane Does. Some people have come out with their names, like Lil Rod, for example. But to me, this person says that they're a child star, they're famous, and yet he's going as John Doe. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I really don't like the John Doe process in California. I've dealt with it in California and in other states. I had a case not too long ago where in Virginia where the plaintiff proceeded on a John Doe basis. We successfully moved to have him named. That motion was granted. And shortly after it was granted, we realized we got all kinds of calls, going to the identity of this person and a lot of the misdeeds that he had committed. And it led to a prompt settlement. So I think that it is unfairly prejudicial to a defendant because the defendants are all named. They get all the consequences of being named. And the plaintiff doesn't have any accountability. Now, I do understand it here on the
Yeah, okay. So he basically saying that John Doe's could be a bunch of bullshit. And so this actor who's supposed to be a successful actor, he's filing this lawsuit against Diddy as a John Doe. That really don't make a whole bunch of motherfucking sense. Most definitely questionable. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's tap in with a little bit more of this and see what else we can get up out of it, man.
They will have a very good idea as to who the John Doe is, but it's still what it denies his lawyers and investigators the tips that you get in these cases. So in other words, if, as I suspect, they move to have John Doe's name made public, they will start to get a lot of feedback from the public at large as to who this person is in terms of his credibility. It's just making the defendants fight with one arm tied behind their backs, and I just don't think as a matter of due process it's fair.
And again, to remind our viewers, this is a civil lawsuit. These are allegations. He doesn't have criminal charges involving all of this.
Yeah, that's important to highlight. This is most definitely a civil case. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody trying to get a fat bag out of P. Diddy. Actually, never mind. Forget that. Somebody trying to get some money out of P. Diddy. But see, when you're talking about Diddy, you got to be careful with your motherfucking words, man. Everything seems zesty when Diddy's involved. That's just where we at in 2026 in this bitch, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to this motherfucking channel, man. It's the remix with Cali Dre. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with your boy, man.
But isn't it kind of tricky to bring a case like this? Because according to this child star, John Doe, this happened back in 2007. Obviously, we're now in 2026. If there was any cell phone data, maybe they have it still, cameras or video, like things would be a lot different now versus then. I mean, do you think, obviously there's a different burden of proof when it comes to a civil case, but isn't that an uphill battle bringing an allegation like this from, more than a decade ago?
I agree, because they will have the
Oh, this shit was more than a decade ago. Yo ass, get the fuck out of here, bro. This shit happened 10 years ago. You were waiting for Diddy to go to jail and shit to kind of find. Yeah, this is feeling a little bit gimmicky right here. This feeling a little gimmicky right here, bro. This is you just pull some shit out of thin air. And Diddy might have violated your ass, but you actually might have wanted it. That's why you waited 10 years to get your get back. That's kind of what this feels like to me. Like, I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments, man. Cause yeah, I'm not Diddy might beat this. Like, this might be some bullshit right here. I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
Burden of proof. The John Doe plaintiff will have the burden of proof, whether it's by preponderance of the evidence or clear and convincing. It still will be his burden, and it will be harder to carry that burden in light of, as you said, there probably will be spoliation or destruction of any contemporaneous communications at the time, if any, and some of the technology was older than in any event. So I think that is a disadvantage to the plaintiff. But it also, I've been on the other side of these, and it's harder for the defendant in a he said context, because some of that evidence that could have been available to be exculpatory for Diddy and the other defendants is also gone. And you have a situation.
All right, so they just explaining some legalese shit. I'm gonna give y'all the real. Diddy probably gonna beat this bullshit. Like, I'm on God. I mean, we finna jump to the next story because Diddy gonna beat that shit. He talking about, basically what he's saying is that if the prosecution's evidence is so old, it's 10 years old, Diddy's evidence would be 10 years old. Now, that may work in the favor of Diddy. I mean, yeah, maybe, but this is a 10-year-old lawsuit. I mean, it's a 10-year-old incident. I mean, we'll see. It depends on how much, clout, I guess, the actor has. I mean, if you're filing as a John Doe, he probably don't got a whole bunch of motherfucking clout. Unless, he may want to try to protect his name and all that. But I think Diddy kind of beats this, man. I'm going to be honest with y'all. This feels like some gimmicky bullshit. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, man. So we're going to jump, man. This the remix with Kelly Drake, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with your boy, man. What else did I want to talk about, man? Is there anything else I wanted to get to before I get to the main event? You know what I'm saying? Nah. Talk about that shit tomorrow. All right, bet. We finna get to this main event, man. Cause Black Sam did an interview today, man. If y'all don't know, the Black Sam is Nipsey Hussle's brother. Shout out to Black Sam. R.I.P. to Nip. You know what I'm saying? The marathon most definitely motherfucking continues, man. Got Marathon Burger going. And Black Sam is most definitely picking up steam with other ventures. And so I want to jump into this Black Sam interview, man, because it also came with the release of some music, man. Bino Rideau. I don't know if y'all know who Bino Rideau is. Bino Rideau is a singer, and I guess he has some songs with Nip in the crate. You know what I'm saying? And so he didn't release some shit. He released about 3 of them joints today. I think a couple within the last couple days. And so what I want to do is jump into this Black Sam interview. But before I do that, I want to run one of these songs real quick and let y'all hear it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm about to run one of these. We about to premiere one of them joints right now on the show. You feel me? That's what the fuck we do around here. You know what I'm saying? We finna premiere one of the Bino Rideau and Nipsey Hussle songs right here on the show, man. It was one of them that I liked. Which one was it, man? Was it this one? Hold up. Yeah, I think it was this one. All right, here, look. They say this one came out 10 days ago. And he dropped another one. Oh, okay. Yeah. So he got to go check out Bino Rideau, man. He got a couple new Nipsey Hussle Bino Rideau tracks. That's pretty dope, man. I want to look at one of them right now. So that's what the fuck we about to do, man. You know what I mean? Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, man. Let's tap in with Bino Rideau. Let's tap in with this new Nipsey Hussle. The marathon continues, man. And then we're going to get into this Black Sam interview shortly after that, man. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channels, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in with your boy. You feel me? Let's get it, man. Brand new Bino Rideau and Nipsey Hussle right here.
Fuck if I crash, don't save me. Driving this fast Mercedes. Records with passion lately. Driving this fast Mercedes. Records with passion lately. Yeah. Fuck if I crash, don't save me. I know this cash don't make me. I know this fake don't make me. You know this game get crazy. I know this pain can't break me. I don't got downtime lately. Giving you the downtown lately. I ain't been around much lately. And you know I don't do no explaining. Tapped in on a different level, trying to get to it, and I'm not ashamed. Doubting who I was for a second, now I see it clear, and it's not a game. Feel through these flaws that I'm dealing with. Drop a go yard at the dealership. Been through it all of some killer shit. Blood on my head, but it's still a gift.
R.I.P. to Nipsey Hussle, man. New Nip and Bino Redo, man. Y'all let me know if y'all feeling this shit.
Till I've been up that soda, make it hard to sleep, it's a lot on my shoulders. I can't let you take control of how I'm living life. Back the day when you was down, it was for the hype. Why you still answer when I call you middle of the night? Off a pill, I ain't got it in me trying to tell a lie. Kept it real with you from the jump and I'ma pay the price.
Yeah. Nah. We're gonna spin that back. R.I.P. to Nipsey motherfucking Hussle in this bitch, man. The marathon most definitely continues, man.
Fuck if I crash, don't save me. Driving this fast Mercedes. Records with passion lately. Driving this fast Mercedes. Records with passion lately. Yeah. Fuck if I crash, don't save me.
I gotta get out there.
Don't make me. I know this fake don't make me. You know this game get crazy. I know this pain can't break me. I don't got downtime lately. Giving you the downtown lately. I ain't been around much lately. And you know I don't do no explaining. Tapped in on a different level, trying to get to it, and I'm not ashamed. Doubting who I was for a second, now I see it clear, and it's not a game. Feel through these flaws that I'm dealing with. Drop a go yard at the dealership. Been through it all of some killer shit. Blood on my head, but it's still a gift. Pressure made it hard to deal with you and I was sober. I'm gonna live when it's over. I'm gonna do what I told you. Till I've been up that soda, make it hard to sleep, it's a lot on my shoulders. I can't let you take control of how I'm living life. Back the day when you was down, it was for the hype. Why you still answer when I call you middle of the night? Off a pill, I ain't got it in me trying to tell a lie. Kept it real with you from the jump and I'ma pay the price. Fuck if I crash, don't save me. Driving this fast Mercedes. Records with passion lately. Driving this fast Mercedes. Records with passion lately. Fuck if I crash, don't save me. Fuck if I crash, don't save me. Driving this fast Mercedes. Records with passion lately. Driving this fast Mercedes. Records with passion lately. Fuck if I crash, don't save me.
Yeah, that's the new Nipsey Hussle Bino Redo track. I think he dropped a total of 3 tracks today. I don't know how many more he got in the vault. I just seen actually within the last few days, but yeah, Bino Redo got some Nipsey Hussle verses, and it looked like he been sitting on them. You know what I'm saying? So it looked like he dropping them out the crate, man. But Black Sam actually did an interview with Bino Redo, man. So I want to take a look at that. Man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know what y'all think about that song too, man. What y'all think about the track? I thought it was pretty dope, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what else he got. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what else Bino got. But he did drop 3 tracks with Nipsey Hussle, with Nipsey Hussle's vocals. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely go find those. Definitely go run them up, man. Rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Black Sam. The marathon continues, man. You know what I mean? Nip most definitely, brought back the West, inspired the West. So shout out to Nip, man. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers.
Das vueltas en la cama.
We lost a good one right there, bro. You know what I mean? We lost a real one right there, man. Let's check in with this Black Sam interview though, man. Cause I thought he had some pretty impactful things to say, man. This the remix with Cali Dre, man. I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy on the late night edition of this motherfucker, the late show in this bitch, man. You know what I'm talking about? But we're gonna get it in, man. We're gonna put this work in, you feel me? So let's get it. And this was on Big Boy. Shout out to Big Boy TV, man.
Funny thing that Chappelle was like, let's go to the strip club. They like, he just pulled up. They like, all right, let's go. So they went, and we laughing and joking. Hustle was like, he got some ones. He like, oh man, I'm at the strip club. I got to get some ones. I can't be in here not throwing no ones. So JP, it was like, you want me to get them, bro? He like, yeah, could you get them? So JP went to get the ones. And
So this Black Sam, man, this is a Nipsey Hussle brother right here, man.
I can't be in here not throwing no ones. So JP, it was like, you want me to get them, bro? He like, yeah, could you get them? So JP went to get the ones, and JP is passing the ones up, and he like, Chappelle, can you get us to bro? So he passes the ones up to Chappelle, and Hustle's right there like looking. Chappelle don't pass the money down. He starts throwing.
I said, welcome back to the neighborhood. It's a pleasure to see y'all here, man. And the one thing that I love about seeing you gentlemen here is that there is this movement that continues to go. And I don't mean movement. You know, some people say, oh, it's a movement. But I'm talking about this progression that continues to go, that you guys make sure that there's a legacy. And when we say the marathon continues, I know that sounds so like, oh, the marathon continues. But when we say in all caps,
yeah, so this the legendary Big Boy right here, man. This the legendary Big Boy in the morning. Shout out to Big Boy. Got a dope. He been morning radio out here in LA probably for a couple decades, man. You know what I mean? So hey, Big Boy, I'm gonna tell y'all, I got some of the funniest skits too. He got this shit called phone taps, where he be just basically prank calling a bunch of businesses and shit, playing a bunch of different characters. Man, go look up some of them Big Boy phone taps, man. Them shits is funny as fuck. That shit how you if you want to get your laugh off, go dig up some of them Big Boy phone taps on YouTube, man. Yeah, baby. Thank me later in this motherfucker, man.
capital letters, that the marathon continues. That's something that y'all really do extremely well. And there is another celebration that's going down. And Bino, congratulations to you. Now we're gonna talk about, man, there's new music coming.
Yeah.
Talk to me, Bino, about this new music, bro.
Man, it's just a long time coming. You know, it's I feel like when the bros last, you know.
So this Bino Rideau right here. Bino got some new music dropping, man. Definitely he been putting on for the West for the last couple of years. So yeah, shout out to Bino as well, man, with this Nipsey Hussle project that he dropping.
Honest just efforts, you know, that we kind of, you know, just coming together and, you know, putting out, you know, finally crossing that threshold.
Yeah, man. And when we talk about what's really coming, man, Prolific the album. And Prolific the album, we'll see that this year, August, right before Bros.
Yes, sir,
yeah,
right
man.
before birthday.
I want to ask you why, not why now, but I know that you guys don't just jump out and just do anything. You know what I'm saying? So why now? And why did you feel, Bino, that this was the right time for y'all to do so?
I feel like, you know, it was just a collective, you know what I'm saying, energy. You know, it's nothing we really sat down and said, you know, now's the time. It's just something I feel like everybody felt, you know, and you know, the right players in position to make the calls. Everybody just fell in line.
Yeah. Hey, Sam, now, where is your headspace when you, because we know that there's a lot of things that you guys got your hands in. You know, when it comes to the music, I know, Sam, that you get asked all the time, what's going on with an album? You know what I'm saying? And now that we're here and we're actually talking about it, with you going back, how, and not how involved, but what's your process to make sure that nothing's diluted and nothing is taken away from it? And like,
Okay, so it looked like we got a Nipsey Hussle album on the way. We got a whole album of some new Nip coming on the way, bro. Oh yeah. I think we just broke some news right here, man. We got some new Nip music coming out, man. Oh yeah, I'm most definitely looking forward to that. Shout out to Nip, man. R.I.P. to Nipsey Hussle, man. Most definitely, bro.
I say it's not like there's a rush. What's the process for something like that?
I think for me, it took a while for me to even think about releasing music.
Yeah.
And then as time was going, I was talking to the team, talking to Bino and everybody, like, man, how you guys feeling? And they like, man, I think, everybody feeling this. It may be time. Let's go revisit. And so Hustle had already done the project with Bino, and turned it in to us. And I remember him handing it over to me.
And how long ago?
This was, what year was this? 2018.
18.
Yep.
Yeah.
17, 18. Go ahead.
And so he gave it to me personally. I got it from him, listened to it. He was like, what do you think? I'm like, man, this shit dope, bro. So
Yeah.
I feel good that knowing that this is a project that he put together with Bino.
Right.
I know how my brother was about his music. He was very, particular about what made the project, the track sequence, everything. So this is something that he handed to me, to the team, and we finally are in a position like, come on, man, let's put this out. Let's revisit everything. Let's get back in the studio, and it's good, like Bino said, to finally be able to put this project out, because this is something that they did together, and Bro was very proud of, and I think our whole team was too. So for me, I'm just
Okay, so it looks like they got a whole project, Bino Redoe, Nipsey Hustle project that's dropping right now, fresh in the streets, man. Definitely go run that up as well, man. Support Nipsey Hustle and the family, man. Yeah, the marathon most definitely continues, man. That's dope. That's dope. I just found all that shit out today, bro. So that's why we breaking it down on this motherfucker right now, man. Hit the like button, subscribe to this motherfucking channel, man.
honored to be able to, be a part of putting it out. Appreciate Bino and his team, and they was solid. They wasn't doing nothing like trying to, oh, we got it. They like, look, when it's time, it's time, and they waited a long time. So I'm happy that Bino gets to put this project out along with Bro.
And when you sit on it for so long, is that by design, intention, or you just wasn't ready to release new vocals?
For me,
Hey, shout out to Goldie G, man. Shout out to Goldie G 504. Kelly, keep up the great content. You on your way, my boy. Hey, shout out, man. I appreciate it, fam. Appreciate it.
I just wasn't in the mind state to probably like try to do a campaign and release music. Just didn't feel, especially when everything happened. I don't want to just, a lot of people too that's not part of the family or the team, obviously, it's like, oh man, you got to release now. It's like, no, we're not doing that.
Right.
It just don't feel right. Like, we're not doing that. So now just listening to the music.
Okay, so this Black Sam, this is a Nipsey Hussle brother. You basically saying, man, that it took him a while to even get back in the studio, to even get back in the moment and trying to put some tracks together, listen to Bro voice, which is understandable based off the situation. But like Sam said, he's looking around at the team, team looking back at him, saying, you know what I mean? We got a project, you know what I'm saying? Shit, this might be the motherfucking time. So shout out to Black Sam, man. Shout out to Bino Redoe. Rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle, man. Like we got some new Nipsey Hussle music about to hit the streets, man. So that's most definitely a good thing, man, for California, and I think for hip hop.
Everybody like, man, this got to come out, man. We owe this to Bro to put it out. And Bino too. This is a project that he's been sitting on that's dope as fuck. So excuse my language.
No worries.
That the team also is like, man, it's time. And so we come together, and everybody felt the same way. The family too. And it's like, man, let's put this out. And we got a good situation with Atlantic and the team, and we brought all the team, Hustle's team, Bino's team, everybody that came in, the producers, and just went over everything and just made sure that the standard is there.
Yeah, very important, huh?
Yeah, very important. Ali had already mixed it, so we went back in with him and just kind of revisited. And he gave us notes. He had notes from things that Hustle had sent him in the same track listing that we kind of had, that we thought Hustle had. He had it on his iPhone from Hustle, like, yeah, this is the track listing that Hustle did. So just feel real good finally being able to know that there's a date and it's coming out, a day before Bro birthday, and people can enjoy the music.
Yeah, man.
Okay, that's dope, man. That's dope. So so the day before Nipsey Hussle birthday, man, the Bino Redoe Nipsey Hussle album dropped. So that's dope, man. Shout out to Marathon, man. Shout out to Black Sam for this, man. Most definitely need that Nipsey Hussle music out here. So Nipsey Hussle It says birthday is August 15th, 1985. So I guess on August 14th, we should be getting some new music, man, from Nip and Bino. It's already 3 tracks out, man. So they done already dropped 3 tracks, man. Definitely go support that, man. Go run that up. You know what I mean?
And Bino, when it comes to you, and so damn near patiently waiting too. You know what I'm saying? When there's a project like this, what does that mean to you though? Because this is something that you guys get a chance to share to the world. What does that mean to you when you see something like this? Is it one of those like, yeah, it's coming, but is it also kind of somber too, where it's like, is it not the gift and the curse, but is it emotional as well?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I say, early on, it was the last thing we was thinking about, releasing this music. And now it's, we done had it for so long, it's kind of unreal to think, we actually got a date and it's coming out. And so it's really just trying to make the right moves and do it, in the most respectful way.
Yeah, man.
You feel me?
Yeah, and that's very important, especially when we all know how bro got down.
Yeah.
And there's nothing taken away from it. And everything that I noticed with what I always and continue to see is that there's this integrity level. You know what I'm saying? Like it's easy. Even when we talked about the docuseries, Sam, it was like it could have been easier to just say, oh, something came, let's go ahead and do it. But you made sure that even with the docuseries that you were like, nah, there's a certain texture and a tone. There's a way that this got to be done.
Yep, 1000%, man. I feel like everything that we do has to be done correctly.
Yeah.
It has to be done with, like you said, with integrity and at the highest level, like we know bro would have done it. It's not a money grab, or it's not something like we trying to be opportunistic, like the timing. No, let's take our time, let's roll this out correctly, and let's pay homage to bro's art form. And same thing with the documentary, man. We blessed with so much footage and stuff I've never even seen. I'm like, man, where did we get this from? So I tell everybody, man, our job is not to mess this up.
Right.
Because not only was bro so just prolific as a person and the things that he did, it was a blessing from God that so much was documented from him as a child, his whole life. We have it documented. I don't know how, from it. Just people that was coming, it was like, oh yeah, I got this from this and I got that. And we like, man, so we got Alan Hughes on board with us and to help with this documentary. And he's been looking at all the footage and he's like, man, what is going on? He's like, man.
Okay, so that's dope. We breaking a lot of news tonight, man. So it look like we got a Nipsey Hussle documentary coming, as well as new music with Nip and Bino Rideau, man. Yeah, most definitely. Shout out to Black Sam. Shout out to Marathon, man. Shout out to everybody that contribute to this, man. The West Coast most definitely need this. Hip hop, I think, need this, man. This is dope. This is dope.
And you guys got everything, so it's one of them things. Like, just we got to do this right. It's no time like rush.
Yeah.
Got to do this the right way. Polish this diamond correctly, and when it's time, it'll come out.
Because I was gonna ask how close. Right. You know what I'm saying? But you don't rush greatness.
Right.
You don't rush greatness. When you go in and you see even the album and you see the sequence, and I know that people talk a lot about, oh man, it's something AI, and there is a purity that you guys wanted to make sure was in this album as well. Not a compilation, that it's no AI. You know what I'm saying? How important was that to you, that what you guys recorded, as opposed, you could add on certain things, but the raw material is really Nip.
It just feel more authentic, you know what I'm saying? If we keep it true to what, bro left it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't want to, it's not something we just came together at the end, like, let's put this here, let's get a feature from, like, it's really just, it's what we did, it's what we created. And, we just kind of putting it on that platform.
What is Prolific, the album? Like, how many songs, if we could talk about that, how many songs, what it feel like?
I don't really want to get a number, but I'll let you know. It's a roller coaster.
Nice.
We go through every emotion. We was in the studio 3 months, just living there, sleeping there, eating together, everything, and we was going through similar, situations just in real life, but we put it all into the music. Everything we felt, everything, you know what I'm saying? We we woke up and was inspired by, so.
Okay, so Bino said him and Nip worked on the album for 3 months, man, together, man. They was locked in together, man, writing the album. It's a roller coaster ride, man. And they was both going through some real life issues and try to put that through in the music, man. So shout out to Bino Rideau, man. You know what I mean? He's dropping the album with Nip. It said the day before Nip's birthday, so it looked like August 14th the album gonna drop. Also found out we got a Nipsey Hussle documentary that's dropping as well, man. So yeah, that's good news for the West Coast right there, man. I think it's great news for hip hop. You feel me? Hit that like button, subscribe to this motherfucking channel, man.
It's every emotion, literally, bro.
Does it sound like today? You know what I'm saying? You know how when you hear something and say, man, this aged so well.
Yeah, I think it's timeless.
Yeah. The music is.
Yeah, it's truly timeless. It's Nip kind of stepping out of his comfort zone, me as well. You know what I'm saying? We always made each other greater, I felt like, when we came together. So it's really us experimenting, and the sounds it's a timeless sound, I feel like.
And you know what I love about you too, Bino, is that you didn't wait. You know, like being on your motherfucking ass, bro. Like like you go.
Yeah.
And that's why when you walked in, I was like, damn. That's why I asked you your age too, because we've been looking and rocking with you, and you was a baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And still are. That's why I looked at and said, man, are you getting taller? But life is good for you right now too, man.
For sure.
Because and the reason why I asked, there's a lot of goofy shit that's going on right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of goofy shit, a lot of goofy people,
Yeah.
a lot of goofy circumstances. So when you get around, so-called like energy, those are the people that I want to keep around me, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, like, Sam, anybody that comes, you know how there's some people that'll say, nah, that's not Sam's people. You know what I'm saying? That's not Bino's people. There's certain people that kind of move together. And you guys have an amazing team, bro. Like,
thank you, bro.
Each and every team member, it's not nothing where you're like, oh man, that don't feel like them. You know what I'm saying? Now, when we go to Marathon, we just had Tyrese in here. Tyrese just went to Marathon Burger for the first time.
Sir.
It's wild too. Does it ever trip you out, man, that probably in your mind you never thought about, or did you ever think about being a restaurant owner?
No, I think when I was younger, me and Hustle worked at a restaurant.
Right.
And
that's why you in there so well too. I be like, man, I was like, dude, these ain't photo ops. I'm like, this motherfucker really back there cooking.
No, for real. I was doing 18-hour shifts, minimum wage, and Hustle quit. He like, man, it's a better way.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, listen. Hey, that's dope, man. I think that's real dope. Black Sam said they worked at a restaurant, man, working 18 hours. Nip wasn't with it. He said, hey, I'm gonna go get it a different way, man. Yeah, that's dope. But now they got Marathon Burger, Black Sam running the Marathon Burger, you know what I'm saying? And inspired most definitely by Nip and his time with Nip and his relationship with him as his fam, you know what I mean?
Ended up, finding all type of ways and putting me up on a lot of things. But by the time I ended up quitting, was getting some money. I doubled back and tried to buy the restaurant.
Oh.
And they was like, nah, we'll sell you this. We'll sell you the one in Carson. They had another location. And
you tried to buy the restaurant you worked at?
Yeah.
I heard that.
Like, man, because we know how to run it. I'm like, we're gonna get this. And they was like, nah, it was my sister's father and some partners.
Okay.
That had it. I'm like, man, let me buy this one. They're like, nah, you can get the one in Carson. So we went and looked. It wasn't the same. And we didn't. So we like, nah, we passed. But I say all that to say, we always would speak of like, man, we need when we get this money right, we need to get us a little restaurant, and fast moving forward. When Hustle did the deal with Fat Burger, he helped them launch their grand opening over there on Crenshaw and Slauson. I think they had a Marathon Burger on the menu, and then he had Karen Civil took the photo with us, and Hustle was like, man, we need to do a Marathon Burger. So Hustle always had gems, that came like to fruition. So when I see what we're doing now, I just be like, man, Hustle.
Okay, that's dope. So he's saying, so Fat Burger. I don't know if y'all got Fat Burger anywhere else. We got a spot called Fat Burger. It's actually out here in LA, man. I don't know where else it is in Cali, but they say the one on Crenshaw and Slauson, Nip helped launch their grand opening, and so they had a Marathon Burger on the menu, and that's where the Marathon Burger concept came from. Hustle took the picture on the menu and said, we got to run this Marathon Burger, man. Hey, listen, that's how Nipsey Hussle was, man. Always picking gems and looking for, you know what I'm saying, the next you know what I mean, opportunity to be great, man. You feel me? That's real.
You know, was visionary. He was always telling us about branding and about like this brand is gonna be big. It needs to be a lifestyle brand. You know, we need to be in food, we need to be in fashion, we need to be in music, we need to be in films. So he was preaching that to us when, you know, we had a table with some socks in
Yeah,
front of the
yeah.
store. And we like, bro, what are you talking about?
Yeah, yeah, that's all I say. Is there any moment where you're like, man, come on, man, what the fuck?
You know, I'm just listening.
Trying to sell these socks.
We all listening, like, all right, he motivated us and made us feel like it could be done. You know, Hustle was very articulate. So when he tell you something, and that's my younger brother by some
Yeah.
years, but when he tell me anything, I'm like, oh shit, all right. He charged me up and make me believe we can do anything. And that's a lot of the whole fam and the whole team. He was, you know, he was that way. So, and from his demonstration, he made the hardest of things look very simple, and made you believe like, damn, we can really do anything. So, just us being able to have success in that space,
Yeah.
I always go back to the conversations, and you know, I'll be like, man, bro was visionary with
But you're not just a marathon, or y'all not just restaurant owners. Like, there's a difference between owners. Like, you're an owner, you're a worker, you're a marketer. You don't like anytime. And I don't know if you got cloned already. I don't want to put nothing out there, but I don't know how you be in like Long Beach and Venice and Melrose at the same fucking time, and then I see you off of Canoga. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you, it seems like, and not even seems like the mission is so big for you guys, you know, and it's wild because we just recently had Tyrese, y'all, we slapped hands as y'all were coming in. And Tyrese was like, man, this is the first time I've ever been to marathon on Melrose. But I literally, like, I got partners of mine that come out here, and my team from Japan, they came out and they kept the bags. Yeah, man. Do you see that where people like hold the bags?
Yeah, sometimes, man, it
Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel. We watching this Black Sam interview. Bino Rideau and Nipsey Hussle album dropping August 14th, it looked like. And Black Sam speaking on that. Got a Nipsey Hussle documentary coming as well, man. So be on the lookout for that as well.
like bro was saying, a lot of people come out and they like, man, I'm in LA. I want to make it to marathon.
Yeah, I get it. People think that I'm like a tour guy.
Right.
Like, there's times when people are like, man, I need to stop by marathon. I'm like, dude, Google it. Like, you know, I can't tell you how many people I took. And then I had to call you for a few people too that just wanted gear. Do you know what I'm saying? But that is a staple of when people come here, they gotta stop, they gotta land. I remember people always wanted to go to like Roscoe's, or I gotta hit Roscoe's. And now it's marathon. And then when you go into a marathon burger, it's just the way it look. And the staff, you know what I'm saying? Like everything that y'all do, y'all hold it up to here. And I'll ask again, that's got to be extremely important to you.
Yep, 100%. 100%. I think, you know, just by default, everything we do kind of falls in place. So people that we know, or family or team members, or people that we grew up with, when we have an opportunity, it always feels good to make sure that we're able to, you know, have an opportunity for employment also. And then, you know, they go above and beyond and make it, like you say, feel authentic. It's somebody that we've been knowing forever, and they putting they all into making sure that it's actually moving, and it's more than a job. It's like, man, hold on, we really building something. And a lot of people have, you know, done music with Hustle and sold his first mixtape and put posters up together. And so they seen it from day one. And them being a part of this, it means so much more to them. So it's a blessing, man, and that's why I feel like we're blessed with the right people around us. And even Tyrese, man, I just told him when I seen him out there, Hustle opened up for him at House of Blues. Yep, back in the day.
Did Reese remember that?
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know, but I, you know, I'd make sure I let him know, like, man, we remember that and appreciate you, man, for sure. And that was the first time Hustle performed at House of Blues. It was big for us. So just bumping into people that always supported along the way, and even to this day, that always champion Hustle and champion the brand and come and support hold things to the highest level, you know, we're appreciative. And even for this album and being able to put this music out, and like you said, and Bino said, it's timeless. Everybody who hears it, like, man, Hustle is sounding, and Bino is sounding like right now, like today. This is crazy. And it's, even when I hear that and when I hear the music, I'm like, all right, it was meant to be. This is the perfect timing, perfect time for this to come out.
Yeah, and even just the conversation and the dialogue too, of making sure, because I know that you guys get it a lot. You know what I'm saying? And to hold on to it and to wait and let it age right and make it feel good, because I know that everything that you guys do is with good intention. You know, and no disrespect to anybody else, but you know, there's a lot that just you will see certain things and it's just like, oh, flood it. Go get it, you know, double up on the vocals, whatever it is, add somebody in. And that's not this kind of album. Really. What kind of album is it, Bino?
It's just, you know what I'm saying?
You said we got the roller coaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's life though. This
Yeah.
is life.
It is. It's sonically, I feel like some of my greatest music. You know what I'm saying? Nip, I got to hear, you know, some sides of Nip I never heard before. And it was dope to me, you know? So I just feel like it's just two dudes locked in a lab, you know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah, this is Bino Rideau, man. He's speaking on his time 3 months he spent with Nipsey Hussle recording this album that they dropping. A few songs already dropped. I think the whole album comes out day before Nip's birthday. Documentary on the way as well, man. The marathon most definitely gonna continue, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, man.
pouring it out on records, you know? From the West Coast, it's unapologetically us. And I feel like you're gonna get that when you listen to it.
How do you listen to it now? Now that it's done, is it sequenced and everything already?
Mm-hmm.
How do you listen to it now? Like, is it your emotional roller coaster as well? Because you're so close. You're closer to on this project to anyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't listen to it much. You know what I'm saying? It's not an easy thing to just sit and like bump all the time. But I feel like, you know, just getting in the mix sessions, you know, with all the guys, Mike and Keys, Mars, Rance, you know, 1500 and nothing, Axel Foley. Like you said, we got Ali, C. Roos, you know what I'm saying? And we all in there. It's just, it was dope to get everybody together, you know what I'm saying, for these final moments of this process. And just hearing it, you know what I'm saying, strategically put together like that, you know what I'm saying, in its final form, I say it was epic, you know what I'm saying? I'm just ready to get it out and get it to the masses.
Hey, Sam, is there more vocals that you have as well? Or yeah.
Hustle has so much music that he did. So for us, a lot of it, and it's classic. It's full verses and it's full songs, and then it's music that's just one verse, or it's music that's hooks. So a lot of the stuff that we know is classic, we want to put on the soundtrack for the documentary.
Right.
And we can kind of like match it to when we know this was recorded, whether Hustle was kind of younger, or, you know, and match it to the doc. And we feel comfortable, like we're not just putting a project together with a lot of songs. No, this is telling the timeline. So as you see Hustle growing up and going through certain things, you can say, oh, this music was recorded at this time. And then there's fairly newer stuff that he gave to the guys, the All Money In team, and was like, hey, get on this. And this is hooks. And so that's what we're putting together, All Money In project.
So this is Black Sam, man. It's Nipsey Hussle, brother, man. He breaking down the new project that's coming out. Bino Rideau, Nipsey Hussle dropping some new shit, man. Shit finna be lit. Mouthpiece in the building, man. What's up with you, fam? Shout out to Mouthpiece, man. Come on, brother. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all go subscribe to his channel as well, man. Mouthpiece doing some dope content out there. We tapped into this Nipsey Hussle Bino Rideau release, man. They released a few songs, Mouthpiece. You might want to go get on that, man. Might want to go run those, man. Bino, Nip about to drop an album day before Nip's birthday, and it's a Nipsey Hussle documentary coming as well, man. So shout out to Black Sam. Marathon continues, man. The West Coast need this shit, man. I think hip hop need this shit, man, and that's why we covered it, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to this motherfucking channel, man.
So I feel very strong about those projects. It's not us just compiling something together. It's things that he gave to the team for the All Money In project. That's we were working on it also, All Money In project. And
yeah, I just put that link in the chat as well, man. Anybody want to come up here and chop it up, man? I just put that link in the chat
with the guys, And so that's another thing. We kind of got everybody together, and they've been in the studio every day. So everybody's excited about that too, and that's going to be coming soon.
Hey man, what do we have that's Marathon? Marathon Burger, Marathon Clothing. What else is under Marathon? All Money. Like, what else is under that? Is there real estate too?
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
There's real estate. There's Marathon Films.
Yes.
What else?
Damn. Okay. So yeah, Black Sam most definitely expanding the Marathon brand, man. Shout out to Black Sam, man. Long live Nipsey Hussle, man. You know what I'm saying? The Marathon most definitely continues around this motherfucker, man. Yeah, that's dope, man. So we got a documentary, we got an album coming. They got Marathon Real Estate, Marathon Films, Marathon Burger. Black Sam doing this motherfucking thing, man. So shout out to Black Sam, man. And yeah, most definitely supporting it, man, and the movement, man.
Is there? We working on a few concepts, food concepts. Marathon Taco.
Right. Oh.
Should be coming soon.
It will be. Because as soon as you say something, man, I'm surprised you said it. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised you. I'm surprised. What about marathon like Taekwondo? There's no Marathon Taekwondo.
We need somebody.
Oh, okay, yeah, man. There they all motherfuckers. I was like, man, whatever it is. When was the last time you haven't wore marathon gear?
Hey, that's some real shit though. You put Marathon in front of that shit though, and that shit it is kind of lit, man. You know what I mean? Nigga, that Marathon repo man. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, come repossess your motherfucking cars, nigga. Marathon box trucks, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Shit. You know what I mean? Hey, listen, man. Marathon car salesman, nigga. Marathon rent-a-car services. I mean, that shit works. Now, I'm trying to tell y'all, that shit works with anything, man. They got a universal brand right here. You feel me? And that's what you want.
Have you stepped out on like a Nike suit?
Yep.
Really?
Yep, I have.
With to go check the mail?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You own Nike? Like a Nike suit? Or
I own some Nike. I own Carhartt. I be in the Carhartt jackets.
Right. Yeah, of course. Puma?
Puma for sure.
Yeah.
Puma.
Hey man, what do you do with the clothes when you're done? Because I have a gang of clothes, right?
Right.
What do you do? Because you wear Marathon and you can literally, like I've been to the warehouse, I've been to the stores. You could literally go in and just say, oh yeah, I wanna wear this.
Right. I try to keep my stuff, clean and re-rock it. If it's something new or something new that we got, then I'll try to go get some new stuff. But for the most part, I'm grinding. So put a hoodie on and I get to it. I always want to keep something new just in case I gotta make a move real quick and I got something in the closet. But for the most part, my everyday program is some sweats and a hoodie, t-shirt. I'm good to go.
Man, I can't tell you how much Marathon I got in my closet, bro. And how much I done signed it and sold it in Japan, all kind of shit, man. The lady that been on YouTube? Hey, man, I be calling you for all kind of charitable stuff, too. Be like, man, I was like, man, I'm taking care of these kids. I need a couple shirts. Man, you sent me like 300 shirts or something. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I got to box all this shit up? No. But no, man, the things that you guys continue to do, not just for the community, but just, man, it's this circle that you guys are it's like contagious. The way that you guys walk and the way that you guys talk and the way that you guys bring people vibe. It's a different vibe when y'all step into the room, bro. And it's a different feeling. It's a different love. And I think that's why too, bro, so many people want to see you guys continue to win, for the most part. We got people that want to see you guys win, man. And I love what's going on. I love this continuance that we see going on, man. And like I say, it's integrity first. And I thank y'all for coming into the neighborhood, bro. I can't wait to hear the album in its entirety.
Yes, sir. We got to give it to y'all. So we sending it over now.
Okay, yeah, you caught on to that. Hey, man, Bino, that's why I did that pause. Like, man, I can't wait to hear it.
Yo, this big boy, man, legendary big boy right here, man. Big boy in the morning, man. Legendary radio host out here in LA, man. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to Black Sam. I think this is a dope interview, man. It's almost over too, man. But hit that like button, subscribe to this motherfucking channel too, man.
And God willing, we'll definitely see y'all soon. And before we do that, what else is coming?
They know right when to drop these motherfucking commercials too, bro. I was locked in, nigga. Ready for what else? What's next? I ain't gonna drop this bullshit, man. Hit the like button.
That you can, that you can talk about.
Man, I just want to talk about prolific coming right now.
All right, you tell me afterwards. Sam?
No, yeah, prolific, man. Prolific for me, I feel just blessed in the music. Prolific, when I listen to it, like he was saying, it's for me, it's any dude and any woman that's in a relationship. This album is gonna give you every texture of a relationship. And from the outside looking in, you may think somebody's relationship is 100% just all good, but it's ups and downs, it's hard times, it's good times.
Yeah.
And from me listening to the project, when you stick together and work it out, you get to the highest of the high. And so a lot of the music, and when I listen to it, I'm like, damn, this is true. And because my brother is my brother, I've seen it, and I've seen him go through, rough patches, but moving with integrity and best foot forward, and end up having good relationship. So same thing when I'm listening to the records and what Bino was saying, and like he was saying, it seemed like they were just basically both kind of going through some of the same things. And I think it's gonna be very relevant for anybody,
Yeah.
man and woman that's going through relationships that everybody does. And
Why was sacrifices important? Now.
I think it's one of those records. For me, every record is big. I was telling the label, I'm like, man, we need to shoot a video for every record. We need to press radio play for every record. But they like, listen, which one do you guys feel is the strongest for right now and feel good? And this was one of the ones that everybody was like, man, let's press play on this. And I think just Bino going in, murdering it, Hustle murdering it, and then just when you really sit back and listen to it, it's just something very relatable. So I feel real confident and happy that it's able to come out. And the video is coming out. What? The video is coming out tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. When do you know that the album is done? Because there's music, there's vibe, but when do you know it's like, okay, not just to release it to the world, but like these songs, this is the album.
It's like a trust thing, you know what I'm saying? You kind of got to trust your gut. It's like having faith. You never really know, you know what I'm saying? But once you feel like, you know what I'm saying, you can turn this in, like it's, you get that feeling yourself, it's something to be proud of. But like that's the moment.
Is that hard or is that natural?
Hard, bro.
Yeah.
That's my least favorite part of the whole process, like having to narrow down songs and, you know what I'm saying? But it's a fun process, the post-production and, things like that. But just having to, like, damn, I can't put this on there. I got to keep the, it's kind of tough. But
yeah, man. But I'm pretty sure what you guys are going to give to us got to be amazing, bro.
For sure.
Because y'all don't do anything less.
Okay, so Black Sam, now that you're here, I did want to ask, Dave Chappelle dedicated a segment to Nipsey Hussle during his comedy stand-up on Netflix. And I just, he was talking about how he met him and how, he learned so much and how Nip always dropped gems. And I feel like every time that I watch his interviews, like people always say that about Nip and you can hear it in his music. So I was just wondering, like, if that was like, I want to hear from you guys because you guys actually knew him, and I never had that chance. Like, even when Big talks about memories that he had with him, I'm like, damn, it's crazy that he sat here with you guys and I wasn't here yet for that time. So I was just wondering how you felt about that with Dave Chappelle bringing him up and also all the knowledge that
Did
Nipsey
you
would
watch
drop.
that live? Because I think we had a conversation. Because I could be rewriting history. But I remember that comedy show, they didn't even promote it. It was like after a boxing match or something. I think it was after Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. And then it just, my comedy show is next. Did you know that those words were coming from Dave Chappelle?
No, I didn't.
And T.I.?
No, I didn't. I think for me, everybody was telling me. And so I went in and watched it. And, it was just, we honored and it feels anytime somebody has a memory of bro, it's good, and I always, that's my same sentiment too. I'm like, man, this is true. That's how hustle go into a room and just take over with positivity and energy, good energy, and just, give good conversation, make people feel, like, he's a very good people's person. And so everything that Chappelle was saying, I'm like, that's true. And then
Shout out to Bradway Brandon, man. Check this out, bro. Yeah, if you wanna find out more about the Karmelo case, we covered that earlier in the show, man. So that was like the first 20 minutes. Go to about minute 20, bro, and run this video back, share that motherfucker. You're gonna have everything you need to know about the Karmelo case, man. We covered that in depth tonight. We on this Nipsey hustle right now, though, man. So most definitely spin the video back, man, and you get all the answers that you looking for. I appreciate you for rocking with your boy as well, man.
I remember Hustle telling me about when he went with Chappelle. When he
Oh,
met,
really?
When he met Chappelle. And, he was just speaking highly about Chappelle, and it was funny. And it was one funny thing that Chappelle was like, let's go to the strip club. They like, he just pulled up. They like, all right, let's go. So they went. And we laughing and joking. Hustle was like, he got some ones. He like, oh, man, I'm at the strip club. I got to get some ones. I can't be in here not throwing no ones. So JP, it was like, you want me to get them, bro? He like, yeah, could you get them? So JP went to get the ones, and JP is passing the ones up. And he like, Chappelle, can you get us to bro? So he passes the ones up to Chappelle, and Hustle's right there like looking. Chappelle don't pass the money down. He starts throwing.
Like, bro, like this is an
Oh
assembly
damn!
line.
Fuck
Hey,
all
what
that.
the fuck?
Oh
Hustle like, hold
no!
on. He like, hey, that man, that's you. Let me get in. So they was laughing and joking. So he telling me this, our whole team is laughing. So this is years.
Yeah.
So when Chappelle brought it up, or when I'm listening, I'm like, oh, this is the moment, and this is the story that Hustle told me.
And you get a little more of a full circle as well.
Yep.
I would tell the neighborhood, like Mariana, she wasn't here for the interviews, but I would tell her, I said, man, Nip walked into a room and he made everybody the same. It was like he looked at and acknowledged everybody. It wasn't just like, oh, they go big. Anybody that was in the room or anybody that walked in, he gazed with you. He not only engaged, but he engaged too. And you felt the presence too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think too, man, that's why things hurt so much. Even when we're here and there's a celebration, there's like a piece of hurt that come with that. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh yeah, most definitely, bro. Most definitely. It still hurt the West, man. Nipsey Hussle was a legend out here, man, and so that won't be replaced because he was intelligent, man. He made it. He didn't have to do what he did, but he did what he did, man. He came back and created opportunities in his neighborhood for his community. Always preached positivity and striving for that next level of success and intellect and intelligence, man. So yeah, man. Shout out to Nipsey Hussle, man, all the way around, man.
Yep.
like very, very instrumental and very.
I'm really genuinely enjoying the taste of these, and I'm
Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel.
Very a different human being.
Yep.
Very different human being.
You hear it in his music.
Yeah.
And, like I would just always wonder like how it actually is, especially with now that I work with Big, I'm just like,
Yeah,
you guys
man.
had those opportunities and, you hear that in the music, but sometimes it's not really
And
what
gave
it
you
is.
so much and
Yeah.
poured so much into you, man. And when you'll watch the like the original Karate Kid, when he had the kid like, doing this to the car and doing this and doing that. And he's like, man, I came here for you to teach me martial arts, all this wax on, wax off. Then he realized it was like, oh, these are martial arts moves. That's the same thing I felt with bro. It was like, there were just some things where he'd be like, remember when we did were you on that Cali cruise with us?
No, I wasn't there, but I was
Okay.
here. I was getting the tapes to see what was going on.
So we were on the Cali cruise, right? And this is Future, this is Migos, this is everything big. And Cardi, like it's a big ass, like everybody floating. And we're like, man, Future's performing on an island. Migos got a party, and then this pool party's going on. And then it was like, yeah, Nip got like a sit down where he's teaching you business. you know what I'm
So
saying?
crazy.
Like really, man. And people was in
That's
Nip shit
dope,
like
though.
we could have did anything, but he was like,
Yeah, that's dope, man. Different kind of energy, man. Nip was a different kind of dude, man. Hey, free Mellow, by the way. Oh, most definitely. Hey, we spent the first half of the show on the Mellow mouthpiece. Hey, definitely go run that back, spin that back, man. I found some solutions and some answers, my brother. You most definitely gonna want to run back the beginning part of this show. You know what I'm saying? We found some answers and some solutions that's most definitely gonna help Karmelo. You did. That link is in the chat as well, man. You know what I'm saying? Anybody when you want to come pop out, talk your shit, you know what I'm saying? The link is in the motherfucking chat. You feel me? We almost at the end of this though. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, man.
And let's have this dialogue where, you know, each one teach one kind of thing, bro. And I think that's the main thing that people get with the music, outside of the music. And what I love about yo, bro, and what I love about Nip as well, man, is that everybody didn't have to meet him to feel him.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like you feel
Yeah.
Nip. You didn't meet him, but you
The
feel
motivation, like everything from his music to the interviews to like, you know, you could just hear it. So I just
yeah,
wanted to
man.
ask.
God bless. God bless, man.
I don't want to be long-winded, but just to your point, anybody who encountered Hustle from car wash, our car wash guys in the hood that know him, and
For sure,
valet,
for sure. I
valet
appreciate
that
you
I
for
seen
rocking, buddy. You already know.
Grove to
Yeah.
everywhere, downtown jewelry district, where we get the green juices, the aunties, everybody said the same thing. Man, Hustle was such a good soul and so kind, treated me with respect. And people like, man, my daughter told me he was famous. I tell my daughter, like, there's no way this guy's famous.
Right.
Yeah, but no, I think that's dope, bro. He said they was on a cruise with Cardi B and Migos, and when everything is popping, when the culture, when they the culture, you know what I'm saying? And Migos doing a show on the island, or Future doing a show on the island, and all this shit going on. They say Nip on the cruise teaching business classes, man. The motherfuckers was in there tapped in with their pens and papers out, man. So Nip was just on a different vibe, man. He was on different shit, and that's most definitely you know, the energy I try to bring to shit as well, man. It ain't, you know, it ain't all about partying bullshit, man. Sometimes you gotta mix in, you know, some intellect. Man. Use your fucking brain sometimes, man. Use your head for more than a hat rack. The homie Pops used to always tell me that shit. Use your fucking head for more than a hat rack. That's what I'm telling you, motherfuckers, man. Use your head for more than a hat rack.
He's too humble. He's too respectful. And then so she's showed me the Instagram, and like, man, tell him this is, you know, like 2018 or 17, one of these stories. And she's like, man, tell him, you know, I'm proud of him, and I had no clue. He just comes in humble, and we would never know. Everybody here loves him. He comes in, speaks high energy. You having a bad day, he gonna make you feel good.
Yeah.
So it's whatever. This is to this day I see people and they show me things. When we're shooting the video, there was a young kid that was surfing. We were on Malibu, and he walked up and he had all money in on his surfboard. I'm like, he showed me a picture when he saw Hustle at a Laker game, and he had video with Hustle. Hustle talked to him, and he was quoting one of Hustle's lyrics. He was excited, and he like, man, I saw your bro, and I'm like, damn, we shooting a music video, and he's one of the guys on the beach, and he had an encounter with bro. So I always see things and hear things like that, and it just makes me feel good.
Yeah. I saw him at the I went to his when he dropped Crenshaw. I saw him at the OC Observatory, and I remember seeing everybody up there. I was like, "Damn, this is crazy!" And then a little after that, like it's crazy. Like he blew up, and everybody was like knowing. But it was that album for me that like kind of just hit, and seeing him there, and then obviously now with like the stories of people saying how motivational he was in, you know, in person. It's just it's good to hear, especially because I'm a fan.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So I appreciate y'all. Bino, thank you for coming into the neighborhood.
Thank you,
bro.
bro. You know it's love.
Always, man. Black Sam, thank you for coming into the neighborhood, man. I appreciate y'all. God bless
Yeah,
y'all as
yeah,
well.
this was
And
dope.
I'll see y'all soon.
Shout out to Big Boy, man. Shout out to Big Boy for this interview, man. This shit was dope right here. I think we figured out a lot, man. We definitely broke some news down, man. Definitely we got some new Nipsey Hustle, Bino Rideau, bangers coming, man. You know what I'm saying? That's on the way. You know what I mean? End of the summer type shit. They actually dropped 3 songs already, man. Y'all can go run those up. You feel me? Yeah, man. And your bangers going in, bro. Excellent slapper. Hey, I appreciate it, fam. Appreciate it, fam. You know what I mean? But hey, listen. I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy tonight, man. We covered the mellow shit tonight, man. Most definitely. We went deep into the mellow. Hey, most definitely spin this back mouthpiece. You're gonna want to tap in with the mellow conversation we had earlier, man. I found, you know, there are some solutions out there, man, and all is not lost. You know what I'm saying? There is still hope. You know what I mean? you know, the right set of dominoes can fall, if the right buttons can be pushed, the right movements can be started, the right campaigns can be ignited. You know what I'm saying? It's a few things, man, that can be done. So we covered that earlier in the show, man. Make sure y'all spin that back if y'all pulled up for the Karmelo Anthony breakdown. You know what I'm saying? What else did we cover tonight, man? We called Diddy and all his bullshit. Diddy got some more lawsuits and shit coming. Most definitely. It's a bunch of civil shit. I heard it was like another some more federal shit coming too. Right? So, or not federal, but like criminal, I guess is the word I'm saying. Criminal shit. So yeah, we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see. What else do we talk about, man? The Nipsey Hussle, Be No Redo. Marathon continues, man. They dropping documentary coming as well. The Nipsey Hussle documentary, that shit on the way. You know what I'm saying? What else, man? What else? They got Marathon Films, Marathon Real Estate, man. Hey, shout out to Black Sam, man. He keeping the movement alive in this motherfucker, man. You feel me? But yeah, man. This the remix with Cali Dre, man. I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy, man. Subscribe to the channels, man. YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Instagram, TikTok, wherever the fuck you at, man. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna talk a whole bunch of shit, man. Piss a bunch of people off. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? And I might leave with your bitch. Yeah. I scratched that last part though, man. I'm about to get the hell out of here though, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. It's been
Money on my mind, got my money in my mind. Money on my mind, got no time for that limelight. I'm from California, man, I guess we'll start with that. Banged out starter caps, glued to the cul-de-sac, looking like an artifact, trying to get their money back. Yellow jackets coming, mama about to have a heart attack. Southeast San Diego, we was at the heart of that. You moved about the hood, my nigga, you ain't want no part of that. Move to work and let the money drip the laundromat. I pray to God the homie get his little daughter back. So many problems and it's not even a part of rap. So many suckers and they hating and they copycat. And life is bigger than these bitches that you hollered at. And if you bleed $1, better get $3 back. And all I'm giving is the facts. Pay attention to the stats and never making mention of the jacks. Gotta keep the money stacked, work your way through the tracks. Money motivated to the max. Money on my mind, got my money in my mind.